Hello, it's your man Spin Nation here on a Tuesday Night Lights with my man Riders Up Tim. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Been working like crazy, enjoying the hot weather. Now we got tons of thunderstorm in the forecast, so I had a bunch of stuff I was trying to get done. Getting ready to take a little mini trip for a week, so ready for some Assiniboia Downs action. How about you?
Oh yeah, I'm very excited, my friend. It's been a hot one up here, but it's been ready for some great action tonight. Just got back from Saratoga, fun weekend up there, and now I'm getting ready to look at this. We even have the formula joining us
You
Harrison,
tonight.
do.
Kentucky. How
You
about
do.
that?
Hey, you guys hear me okay?
Hear
Yes,
you
I
fine.
can.
Sound check, sound check. Good to see
You're
you
doing
guys as
fine.
always. Tim and Sean. Oh, I was
How you
able to
doing,
make it
sir?
after all. I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
Good. How was
I'm
your fourth?
My fourth was great. Saw my parents. My dad lit
Excellent.
the cannon.
Oh,
I
wonderful.
I like to call it Mighty Mouse because it's this little cannon, this little thing. And when he shoots it off, it like pops up in the air and does a backflip. It's it's pretty sensational. Yeah.
Fantastic.
How about you guys? Did you have a good 4th of July?
Great. My first one ever up in Saratoga, New York. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw the pictures. You've got lots of friends, Sean. Good
Mhm.
times.
Yeah, good times. Yeah,
Always making friends with the public.
trying to. Exactly.
Doing a good job of it.
And
Who can
Tim, you had a
resist,
good
Sean?
good fourth, my friend?
Yeah, absolutely. Always good. Had some things I was doing and just chilled a little bit around the house and got some things done and threw some stuff on the smoker and just had a good day.
Ooh,
Great.
nice.
And we've already got some great friends tonight here already with us. We got first bet Bobby as an exact box 6-1 with 4-7. We got Sheldon in the house. Hey, Sheldon, how are you? We got let's see, we got David Summer. How are you? Bob Jackson in the house, bud. Hope you had a great fourth. Scott Letty. We got Hot Rod already in the house, ready to go. Loving this card tonight. Love to hear that, guys. Love to have you all with us. And we've got 9 minutes to go here. So formula, what did you see here in the first race, my friend?
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for asking. I was digging through the card here. I think it's pretty straightforward. I do have maybe just like a slight surprise on top, but not a huge surprise. I like the 4 on top actually. I have that
Okay.
horse. I have that horse very close to the 6. The 6 started off as a morning line favorite, still hitting about the same odds right now, and still the favorite. I've got them very close. I've got a couple things that I do like about the 4 bettor. I think he's got some good closing ability. I like the numbers that he has in terms of his winnings, which shows that he's a classy horse, so to speak. Got him as having a better last race than the 6 as well. The 6 does have more wins though. He's got a gate to wire win in the last 10. In terms of Jockey Trainer Sire, in terms of best win, overall formula speed figures do pan out a little bit better for the 6, but the 4 gets maybe a slight edge. And then for the next horse I go over to, nothing too thrilling tonight. I'm not jumping on a ledge for any of the super long shots. I did go over to the 1 tops in terms of Jockey Trainer Sire. I like the speed of the times that he runs. Um, General speed figures look pretty good here. And then I guess if I'm going to give you any sort of shocker or surprise, I'm jumping around here. I'm going to go ahead and say something about the 7 here. Didn't
Yep.
exactly grade out as my next highest horse, but there's some indicators there. The last race this horse ran was strong. Horse is getting closer to the pace. This is not a very pace forward race at all. Looking at the last race for the 7 was actually pretty darn close to the pace, and has 1 gate to wire win as well. 2 wins in 10 races. And you're getting a number. You opened with a number on the 7. It was 10-1, now 5-1. So yeah, do with that what you will. So in order, I've got 4, 6, 1, and 7.
4-6-1-7. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. I like that. I like that. Yeah.
Looks like
In
Todd
this
likes the
race,
7 as well, but he likes the 3 and the 5, which I failed to mention. He's liking the early prices. Sorry to cut you off there, Sean. Go
no,
right
no
ahead.
problem. But yeah, no. And then this race, Yeah, exactly. I think that 7 definitely is a value play at 5 from 10 to 1 to 5 to 1 for sure. Yeah, I'm not going nuts here. I thought the one was interesting. Olive's Candy. Tom Carter and Rashad Knights. I don't know quite what happened. I watched the last race, but I think that he needed that last race and just it was an even finish, but I think he just needed the race and maybe it'd be a lot sharper coming into this one, especially if the pace kind of comes into his lap. I think this horse is going to be very tough. My second pick was a 6, Yellow Birdie. When it comes down to this level, you can see he won at 12,000 by 11 lengths. Deshaun Bino has had success with this horse. Coming down to this level, I think he's going to be very tough. And my third pick was the 7, Iamila, who I think Jennifer Jordan's ball route, and they're 60% after 5 starts. They're 3 out of 5 there. And I think this one can challenge Yellow Birdie, which could even help the 1 out more. So I 1, 6, 7 here in the first. Mark Reedy in the house, 427 and all right, 267 exact the box. Neil,
Hey, Marv.
Try box. How are you, buddy? Great to see you.
It's interesting
Look at this. Well done, sir.
Yeah, it's interesting as I look over some of these picks. I thought it was straightforward. I thought the first 2 horses dominated, but again, as you always say, Sean, that's why they race them. I'm seeing all sorts of interesting picks here in the comment section.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Tim, what do you think? Are you kind of just looking at seeing what?
Yeah, I mean it's a good spot for the 6 horse, and I totally see that. But I'm always looking to try to find somebody that I can play against the 6 with. And I landed on the 7. I mean, the 7 was actually my value pick in here. I absolutely love the 7. Look, she's been racing against much tougher, even though it was at the non-winners of 2 level, and now she's stepping it up against the non-winners of 3. But the horses she's been racing against have been a little bit better. Her races since she came in from Fawner all this year, she just seems to be getting a little bit better each time out. Gets ball route back up. I mean, she found the winner circle. Looks like she was getting better last time, closing a little bit. And you look, and that race was at 6 furlongs, and here we are at 6 again. I like the distance for her. I think that when you look at her at the distance, I mean, 3 out of 6 in the money. The trouble I have with the 4 is that Dario Dalrymple can't find, he can't find the toe board. I mean, he's less than 1/3 of the time on the toe board and definitely can't find the winner circle. So I really struggle with the 4. I did like after the 6 and the 7, the 1 would be my third pick, Olive's Candy. Rashad Knight's getting back on board. I totally agree with Sean. She needed that last race, kind of ran even. It looked like a paid workout. That was at 5. Now we're stretching out to 6. Rashad Knight's gets back aboard. She ran really well last year. I mean, she was pretty classy. So was running an allowance class here at Assiniboia last year, and now getting cranked up, so to speak, as we move on into the card. So I like her. And if there's one more at a price I kind of like here, it's the 5 Mischarge It. Yeah. This is one that's coming in off a little bit of a layoff, from Fawner, and been racing, jumping around tracks back in May, but now finds herself in here in probably what's a softer spot. Gets Baudry up. I mean, meets leading rider. He's got a 3-win lead right now in the winning total for jockeys. So I think you have to respect him.
Uncle Jerry. You can't forget Uncle Jerry.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I was getting ready to say. He's riding for Jerry Gorno, who's back. And, already since he's back, if you look, he's had 12 races, 10 of 12 in the money.
Yeah.
So he's right back where he was. So that's a horse that's a little bit of a sneaky play underneath, with the 5. So I don't need any time, guys. Let's just roll it. This is what we're going to do. We're going to play a 50-cent tri-key box, 7 with the 156. Cost us $9 to start off, but
Yep.
I think those are the horses for me. I did hesitate a little bit at formula. I do have the 4 right there next about leaving the 4 off, but it's all the jockey for me. And I know it's the horse that's running the race, but that guy, he just can't find the tote board.
Fair enough, man. It's your play. It's your
And
play.
James White's got a daily double 125 with 5-7. Dan H. Oh, hey, buddy. How are you? Let's cash some tickets. By the way, shout out to my boy. I know he didn't win. Antiquarian. So close.
Oh my gosh.
One more jump he had him.
Yeah. Even I had him in that race, Sean, and I was so upset.
Oh. We were standing right near the winner's circle. Like, did he? No.
No.
What happened to Locked in that race? I
just didn't fire.
just didn't fire.
And the more I started looking, and I heard people talking about him and how bad his last race was, and I went back and looked and everything, and I'm like, you know what? I think they're right, and I was just betting against him, and that's why I jumped on the Antiquarian train, and ended up losing by a nose, but yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on with him because he's looked so good, and then the last couple of races not so good.
Just flat.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm curious because I think he looked like a world beater for a while, had the setback, came back, put everyone back on notice, and then sort of shrunk down the last couple times. I was expecting a bounce back race from him, to be honest with you, in the Suburban, and it definitely wasn't there.
Yeah.
And then made me regret. I was taking a second look at Phileas Fogg when I was doing the Suburban. I'm like, Phileas Fogg, he looks good at the distance, but I like these other horses better. Oh well, I passed on Phileas.
And give Kendrick all the credit. He won that.
Indeed.
Going out, around the turn, trying to get as much distance as he could, and just held on at the end.
Yeah, absolutely.
My boy Brian Gallivan in the house. How are you? Ethan Nolan, 1-5 double. Good luck, Ethan. Drew the Legend, 146 exact the box. How are you?
As far as horses over the weekend who look good, how about Magnitude?
Man, look damn good.
Yeah, Magnitude. Yeah.
He is definitely back in the conversation. Yeah.
Don't let Benny hear us say that because
I saw that comment. My thoughts are, let the horse just run the race. Let him run for the time. A lot of times can be an equalizer, right? Race times, comparable to what's in front of you. And I know we can get into that comment too with American Promise, but that was a completely different race. I'm not going to muddy the waters with that. But yeah, he came back after a layoff and picked up right where he left off after Risen Star. I think after the Risen Star, he finished that race just so impressively that I thought, okay, now we've got ourselves a Derby contender. And 2 weeks later, we found out he was going to get put on the shelf.
Right.
Super disappointing.
Yeah.
So I was happy as hell to see him come back and win a race like that, even if we're not talking about like a G1, G2, G3. The way he won.
And if you saw my post, I kind of said it was a really soft spot for him, and I agree with that, Hot Rod. But there's a reason that they make speed figures, and I've said this over and over that everybody wants to say the competitions, but you gotta look beyond the horses. It's like if he runs to the competition, then you're sitting there saying, it was nothing. It was not really that good, but he didn't. He blew him away and ran a 105 speed figure after running a 107 last time out, last year. So that's pretty darn good figures. And that's why if you look at my comment, I said, I can't wait to see him run against better competition and see what he's got. So yeah, that's definitely going to be the tail of it. And I got to comment on Ethan's comment here because look, I really wanted to be on the publisher train. But look, Steve Asmussen, if you're watching right now, because I know Steve's a regular watching the show, can you put this horse in a 5,000 maiden claimer and just let the damn thing win? I mean, please.
Yeah.
Look, I'm half kidding, but put the horse in a good maiden special weight and let the horse win. I get that you think the horse is going to be good, but still a maiden. Going stakes race after stakes race. Sometimes, horses, I think you can get into their heads that they're never going to win.
Yeah, exactly.
Hit the winner's circle.
Yeah, exactly. Get in the circle just once.
We're heading to the gate.
But in that race, I wanted to bet Publisher, but the two horses I really like, and you guys know because I put it in our group, I really like Tip Top Thomas and Gold Battle. And those two horses, I was trying to play them underneath Publisher, and they ran 1-2. So
yeah,
I like Tip Top Thomas there. And
I love that horse.
Oh, me too. Me too. I'm a big fan.
I agree, David. I mean, that track definitely favors the horses up front, and he had to come from out of it and really was never going to make up ground. But it's just to my point. They need to find a spot for that horse to win. Let him win and then bring him back in a stakes race. Good grief.
Find some 9 furlong maiden special somewhere or maiden claimer and just let him go after it.
Exactly. What's up, Joseph? I do love horses.
Felipe. Yes, indeed.
Checking on number 7, I Am Mila.
Uh-oh. Checking on the 7.
Don't do it.
Sitting here waiting. Yeah.
Don't do it.
Seems like they're good to go.
Good to go.
Starter is back in position.
Give us some volume, Sean. We're really low.
Yeah.
A little slow was Olive's Candy. Quickly on the outside, Yellow Bird.
Can you hear that now?
Yeah,
better?
Barely.
Yeah.
I hear it fine, but if Tim can't, feel free to bump it.
Putting on the early pressure. I Am Mila. Settled back.
I Am Mila.
Third. Mineral Rights on the rail in 4.
Well, the 5 really got bet late.
Destined to dance.
Who was our key?
7.
All right, we're good so far. Yeah, the 5 got hammered. Odds-wise.
Charge it and Yellow Birdie. Mineral Rights hugging that rail. Closing in.
Get that 2 out of there.
Yeah, get that 2 out of there.
Looks like he's got it out of there.
Yeah, get that 2 out of
7 on the
there.
outside.
Get that
Come
2
on,
out
7.
of there.
7's going to win.
I think 7's going to win it,
Get
yeah.
that 2 out of there. Keep that 5 going. Come on, get that 2 out of there.
That 2 turned the corner nicely.
Get that 2 out of there. Get that,
Get that
2
1
out
up
of there.
late. Get that 1
5
up
is
over the
fading.
2.
Close 1, close.
Trying to find
The 4. Whoa.
Take it. Second's gonna go to Mineral Rights.
Oh, goodness. I thought we looked good at the top of the stretch again.
Me too. Inquiry. Hold on tickets. This
Hold
result
on
is not
tickets.
official.
Ladies and gentlemen, please hold all tickets. A Stewart's inquiry into the stretch run of race 1.
Let me see. Yeah, what was that?
Yeah, what was going on there? Someone
There
get
was some
blocked in?
bumping going on.
Yeah, Ryan Gallivan, that's what I was woeing. That 4 all of a sudden just took off. Like, he just figured out how to run.
Whoa.
Is that
We
the
got
6?
4's coming down. That's going to be 7-6.
23 and 4.
The 2's coming down, excuse me. The 2 coming down, he hit the 6.
Time for the 6 furlongs. 1:13.
The 2's tried to squeeze up the rail in a spot that wasn't there and made the 6 check.
Yeah.
But we still didn't get the 4.
No, yeah.
If only someone had that as their top pick for today. If only.
Come on, I had the 7 as my top pick. I mean, that is the winner.
No, I'm saying the 4 was my top pick and got ignored by you jokers.
Hey, what did I tell you, though, when I did the ticket? Dalrymple did his thing. He got 3rd.
So the 6
Exactly.
is
You're doing a
playing the 7.
trifecta.
in
Oh,
the stretch drive.
Ooh,
That makes no
intrigue.
sense. To me, it's the
Mhm.
2. Oh, come on. That's ridiculous.
show us
I mean,
what we are looking
I
at.
saw the 6 check,
Yeah.
but the 7 looked clear. It looked like the 2.
Yeah.
I want to see this again.
Sometimes
did hold
jockeys in the heat can get the wrong horse, though. You know?
Yeah, that's true. There was a whole lot of soup going on there.
Yeah.
Results of the photo show the winner number 7, I Am Mila.
I Am
Second goes to
Mila.
number 2, Mineral Rights. Third to number 4, Midnight Candy Storm. And fourth to number 6,
Yellow Birdie.
Birdie. But once again, please hold all tickets. A steward's inquiry and a rider's objection. 6 on 7 in late stretch.
I don't see the objection doing anything, but I think the inquiry was on the 2.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see this head unshot.
Yeah, if that 2 doesn't come down, my pick was not going to win anyway. Or hit the board.
Yeah, but if the 2 comes behind the 6, that's going to suck for not throwing your 4 in there.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I was getting at earlier when I thought the inquiry was going in a different direction. Neil, what did you tell us? Neil, the real deal. He told us something. But the jockey was trying to move the 7 away from the 6 as groundhog. Interesting. Need nice little overhead.
Now
Yeah, we're not getting a whole lot of video
closer to
here.
the unofficial winner
Yeah.
of the Quarry Ridge Pony Club race.
This horse is all
That's
over
number
the place,
7,
huh?
I
Oh,
Am
come on, for the
Mila.
kids.
I Am Mila is a dark
Don't take it
Ethan,
away
I'm not
from
saying-
the kids.
I'm not saying Neil didn't say anything. I'm just curious what he said because I can't remember. And my scrolling's real bad here.
I was trying to scroll back too. It must be way back.
He picked it. Okay, so I think he had the 7 to win. I do think I remember him saying he had the 7. Neil had the try box. 724.
Let's see what happens
Right here in
here.
Manitoba by Larry Falloon and Dennis Huberto.
Now, I don't get
Once again,
why
you're gonna have
tracks
to
take
sweat out
pictures
the win
before
bet.
when you have an
On number
inquiry and
7,
objection.
I Am
You know?
Mila.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
the
Wait till
first
it's official.
inquiry and a rider's objection.
Yeah, this is the only track I've seen do
On
that.
7.
There's another track that does that. I forget who it is. Is it Horseshoe? All right, so let's see here. Here we go.
Thank you,
Here we
Groundhog.
go.
Yeah, good call.
Oh,
That is going to pay well.
Let's see. Here.
Those odds are very favorable for
Okay,
427.
so who's the 7? Who's the 7th on the outside?
Yeah.
Yep,
Right, let's see here.
they got
6
the
is
overhead
coming
shot.
in. I don't know what he's doing yet.
Yeah. To me, the 7 does nothing here.
Right. He's moving over, but it's okay.
The
Maybe it's
2's
right
coming
here.
out just as much as the 6.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that the 2's coming out as well.
I'm gonna try it. Look at the top right. So
Yeah, that top upper corner there, I think, has the answer.
Yeah, 6 is coming in. 7's coming a little bit in. But what does the 2 do? The 2 comes out just as much as the 7 does.
2's got the
Yeah.
rail, right?
Yeah,
I mean, he's sitting on the rail pretty much the whole time.
I've seen a lot worse than that.
Yeah, the 7's coming over, but he's doing it so slowly that it doesn't look malicious,
Yeah.
right? Like,
No,
he
I don't
starts
think
out
that
here and
cost
he's
the
slow.
6. I don't think that cost the 6
I'm with
the
you, Frank.
spot.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, 7. Frank thinks the 7 is coming down. Interesting. And James White says a 7 crossed over. I agree. There was a little bit of crossover there.
Well,
I didn't
definitely
think it was
crossed over,
huge.
but
Definitely crossed over. And he forced the 6 to check up.
up there, I just don't know what a foul is and what it. You know what I'm saying? That there's.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot worse kept up.
Yeah. He may have stopped
Especially
the
with
6
the
from.
2. The 2's trying to get through both of them.
well, from the head on,
I agree, Dan.
I thought
I
so
agree.
too. But from the head on, the 2 stayed pretty straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Dan said essentially what I was going to say. You could argue that it cost the 6 horse third place because he
Yeah,
checked
yeah,
up
yeah. Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
then the
yeah,
4
yeah, yeah.
blasted
No
by.
doubt. Yeah,
That's
no doubt. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it may come down.
David Sumner. Yes. If it were Irad, there's no foul, right?
I was going to say
Oh,
when the 7
it's
was coming
true.
over in the stretch, and I just bit my tongue, but I was going to say it's just a little IRAD hurting.
Yeah. Could turn Irad into a verb.
That was a Paco special.
Yeah. If it were
Irad.
Irad, though, it would look more
Ladies
malicious.
and gentlemen, after
It would,
reviewing the
you know,
films,
be one of
the
those.
stewards have disqualified.
They disqualified the
number
7.
7, I Am Mila, for
Oh, no.
interference with number
That's
6,
big.
Yellow Birdie, in the stretch drive. The new order of finish will become
6 was
2,
never going to win that
4,
race.
6, and 7.
He was never going to win that race. Sorry. It
Wow.
may be the right decision, but the 6 was never going to win that race.
Yeah, but Dan
But
H has a
the
point,
7
right?
came over on him, you know?
The
7
6
came
now goes
over.
up to third, and they got what they wanted out of it.
Yeah, yeah.
And apparently the stewards
And
thought
that
there was
went right
enough.
up. That went right up. So the stewards clearly wanted the 2 on top.
Well, the stewards
That went
couldn't
right
have the
on.
6 out of the money.
That didn't even take 5 seconds for them to put the inquiry up.
Race 1's
You know?
official in the upcoming
Yeah.
second
It was
race.
like as they crossed the finish line.
Yeah. They wanted that 2 up.
70.
Yeah. Frank, you might have a point. He could have gotten second. That's true.
Yeah, he could have gotten, yeah.
It's possible. I mean, he checked up just as they were getting to the finish line, so who knows how many spots that cost him. 1, 2.
Good sales job. August now. Oh, look at this. Get ready, folks.
Whoops. Sorry.
August 19th, Keeneland tickets.
I mean, that's cool and all, but what about Turfway?
Yeah, what about Turfway? When did Turfway sales go on, Mayor of Turfway?
Yeah, come on, Mayor.
And Tom's off to a good start.
Yeah.
Sorry, Neil.
Yeah, sorry, Neil. I mean, damn.
Yeah.
That it looked legit to us, and it. Oh,
I had
that
7
sucks.
and 5 in stable duel, and now I've got 4th and nothing. So great.
God, that
Awesome.
sucks.
Well, I hated all the favorites. I think Yellow Birdie was terrible in that race. Didn't like him. And he got placed up to third because because of a bad move.
Yeah.
I don't like that horse, Yellow Birdie. I never have. He just doesn't win. He'll place, but he doesn't like to win.
I agree.
Gentlemen.
6th, 3rd,
Is it-
4th, 2nd, 3rd, 8th. Just I'm not betting him at 6 to 5.
He's got 2 wins in the last 10.
Yeah. No, but I'm just saying for a favorite,
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be bet like that, you're right.
You
Yeah.
have to be right, exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
Daisy is a doozy coming up. Yeah, journalism could be running at Monmouth in the Haskell, Felipe. That could be very exciting.
Is that
Yeah,
official?
I
Is
saw
that
that
where they're?
today.
No, could. He's a probable.
He's a probable.
Well, Mike McCarthy, I saw him, and he said that there's really no West Coast races for the 3-year-olds, so they have to come east. You know what I'm saying? So I would think the Haskell would be his. I know Baeza is coming to the Jim Dandy at Saratoga on the 24th, but I'm pretty sure the journalism will end up at
Monmouth.
Monmouth, yeah.
Yeah.
And try Sovereignty yet again in the Travers.
Yeah, why not? I think the duel between the two, Groundhog saying scared of Sovereignty, but honestly, let's see them duel again. I think that is a great rivalry, and I know Sovereignty's got the better end of it twice now, but I want to see it a third time. Let's keep those two rolling. I think that makes a great story, the rivalry of those two.
But what makes it even more interesting with Magnitude is that everybody that's been good so far in the 3-year-old class is a closer.
Yeah,
And Magnitude brings in some legitimate speed.
It does.
That's right.
Yeah.
Great call, Tim. Great call, Tim.
Yeah.
He's not even a Baffert.
Yeah,
Can you
Sweet
imagine?
Azteca ran a great race. Yeah. That was a great race,
Sweet
too.
Azteca. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
beat Capian this weekend. Yeah. And a shocker at Los Al. Yeah.
It says 16 minutes to post. I didn't know they had a graphic for 16 minutes.
And by the way, kudos to my boy Kazushi Kimura for winning the Los Alamitos meet as a leading jockey.
All right.
With 10 wins.
All right. Who has race 2?
We're going to turn the page here. You do, my good man.
I do. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
As I was saying, I didn't know that they had a graphic for 16 minutes to post, because I feel like every time we pull out of one of these races, it's like 13 minutes to post for the next one. They run them so fast.
Yeah.
And we're going 8 races tonight, too.
I know.
I don't know. Was that planned, or was that because of the thunderstorm last week?
It's possible.
It's because of last week. A couple of these races were, and even tomorrow night. So, what do you call it? Look at tomorrow night's card was races that were from last week. So they've sprinkled last week's races into Tuesday and Wednesday.
Got it.
That's why they got the 7 and 8.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll read the conditions. 6 furlongs allowance, purse 18,000 for 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 2 races. 3-year-olds.
All right.
Here we go.
This is 7 horses in this one. No scratches from what I've seen. 15 minutes to post. Feel free to jump in with what you got there and who you guys like. I'm just looking at some of the odds here for some of the horses I dig.
Yeah, hey Joseph, how are you? They moved the stakes tonight. Yep, they did. And James White, why the fields are bigger. Yep, why the fields are bigger. Yep.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not complaining about those fields. The fields are nice and juicy tonight.
Yeah, they absolutely are. Yeah. All right. So this is the formulas race here. Tim, who did you like here, my friend?
Well, let's take a look. So was I supposed to handicap these before that? No.
Is that my job?
All right. Sean will be happy in this race, because if you go all the way to the outside, number 7 Bottle Caps, Antonio Whitehall is going to be the favorite in here, and deservedly so. I mean, this is 1/3 off a layoff, 1 first off a layoff, maiden special weight 20,000, a couple back, then came back first time against winners in a non-winner 2 allowance class, and just missed in that race going 6 furlongs. So now coming back again at the exact same level, this one definitely rates a chance in here. But there are other horses in here who figure the 6 is probably going to be your second favorite in here. Shocking Malice. This is one dropping down out of stakes races. Also broke maiden in a maiden special weight 20,000, just like the 7. Then came back in a stakes race with a nice second, and then last time out in the Golden Boy going 6 furlongs. Couldn't get going in that one. Really was got a bad wide trip all the way around there, and just couldn't close it out. But if you're looking at the 6 as being a favorite coming out of the, those 2 races, so does the 4. And
Yep.
I think the 4 ran better in both races, even though the 6 finished in front of the 4 2 back, because
Yep.
that was first off a long layoff for the 4 Cold Boy in that particular race. And then
Okay.
this one came back in the Golden Boy and did finish a decent third while well beaten 9.5 lengths. None of those horses are in this non-winners at 2 here at this level. So I've actually taken a chance of, just like I did in the last race, I've got the 4 on top of the 7 and the 6. So 4, 7, 6 for me. I'm definitely against the 3. This is a horse that just never shows up, and getting Paris on board, I just can't like that horse. And then a couple of the others, I wanted to look at who was it in here? Red Roadrunner. This is one who seems to be like right there every time. I mean, look at this horse. It lifetime 7 races, 7 times in the money, a win, 3 seconds and 3/3. This horse is just always there cashing checks, but finally broke the maiden last out. And this horse prefers to sprint 5.5. It looks like might like the stretch out, but I need to see a race. But maybe if I gave you one more, this would be one that you might want to include underneath, because this horse has never been off the board. So again, for me, 4, 7, 6, and 2.
There you go. Okay.
Interesting. Okay. Cold Boy number 1. All right.
So you're checking the 5,
7, 4.
Tim. You're checking the 5.
Chucking the 5.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep. Okay. Yep. There you go. Yep.
You don't like the one-time winner there?
I mean, it's a big ask to go from that to this, right? So the horse, and plus it was 5 furlongs, and now we're stretching out against winners, horses that have been at the stakes level.
He's a pace setter.
Has a long layoff after winning that. Why do you win that race and then not come back for a while? I don't think that was the last week of the meet. Maybe it was, but
300 days. Yeah.
So it's just been a really long time. Does have a couple of nice bullet works coming into this one. So, but yeah, I'm just going to pass on that one. If that one beats me, I'll tear up my tickets and go to the next.
Yep.
Fair enough. All right.
Okay. So Tim is the shock here. Tim and I.
The shock.
My number 1 pick is the 4 Cold Boy.
What? Oh no.
For the same exact reasons. Exactly. I thought the 4 ran better than the 6 did. Exactly. And you get Bino back. What do you call it? This horse showed, even last year, Assiniboia showed that he can show more speed if capable. And I think this horse, third off the layoff for Wendy Anderson, could be very big. My second pick is Antonio Whitehall with bottle caps. I think this horse has run 2 very solid races coming off the bench from Turf Paradise, just facing better down there. And I think this horse is going to be very tough in this race. And my third pick is the 6, Shocking Malice. Lisa Pruitt and Bennett again just ran against Medicine Dog, and but has run 2 very solid races before that, and should be right there in the picture. I did have the 5 4th, you know what I'm saying, and Tim, I can definitely see her too, getting in the picture there. Always tough first time, versus winners, obviously, but I could see that. But I was 4, 7, 6, and 5. And the same thing as Tim said about the 5, 300 and something days off. Judy's 1 for 11 at the meet. Her barn's not doing great. First time Lasix, all that stuff, and she's 0 for up. I'll let him beat me.
All right.
And I'll just add formula that too, that I like underneath, looks really good in the paddock.
He looks very good. Yep. Very good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I would have no problem with 4, 7, 6, 2.
You guys know how I handicap, right?
Yeah.
It's all numbers based, formula based, etc. Did I get that? Yeah. Elombre could have beat that field. That was a comment that I thought needed to be thrown out there. Yeah. So, and sometimes when it happens, you see one race and it completely anchors everything else because you don't have the mix of, a fourth place after that and a third place and a sixth place and then one again. So that one race looks like, hey, this horse is the greatest. So without surprise, the 5 horse was ranked as my number 1 horse, but
By a lot.
considerable amount. Yeah, I mean, all of my formulas agreed that it was the top horse. So I'm actually going to include it. I like this horse. 300 days off, don't care. Barnes having trouble, don't care. Had a good workout recently. I like that it worked out at 5 furlongs. And we're talking about a 6 furlong race here. I think if the horse is good, the horse is ready. Even though it's my number 1 horse, if I'm going to key a horse, I'm not going to key that one because, like you guys, I don't. Even if this was 45 days, 60 days later, I usually don't like a horse broke his maiden one time, jumping into a big race with a whole bunch of other horses that have been doing this forever. And then, sometimes they end up looking a little bit green when that happens. So I'm going to jump over to my next horse here, a horse that you guys mentioned, which is the 2. I like that horse as my second horse.
Yeah.
I've got bottle caps very close to that horse. I like where the 2's been close to the pace, getting closer to the pace rather. If I look at the last, what is it, 3 races, dropping the worst one, he's my best horse. I do also like the fact that he gets in the money, right? 7 times out of 7, he's got 1 win, went gate to wire in that win. And then I like bottle caps. Bottle caps very similar. 1 win, 6 times in the money. I think you mentioned he had Antonio Whitehall. That's always good. The barn looks good. And then if I'm going to hunt around and peck for my next horse, it wouldn't have been Coal Boy, but I think I might make it Coal Boy. Right? I think it would have been the 6, but I'm starting to come around a little bit on Coal Boy. I like the class drop there. One of my formulas actually did have him 3rd. I like the earnings at the distance. Like where he sits on the pace, although the 6 sits on the pace nicely as well. But I think if I'm going to do anything here, I know what I'm going to do. You can hit the button. There we go. Yeah, so I debated on this one which horse I was going to key, and I think I'm going to settle on the 2. So I'm going to go 2 with 4, 5, 7. That is going to cost 50 cents as the base price. Total $9. We're talking my standard trifecta key box. I like the size of the race. I think that works well for a trifecta key box. I think I might get some value here, especially out of the 4, definitely out of the 2. I mean, we're talking about keying up that 2 there. The 2 has to be in there. And even if it's in there with the 5 and the 7, as long as the 5 and the 7 aren't on top, we should be getting a good payout there. If it turns out 5, 7, 2, then we're probably going to get the worst payout, and we're going to hope that it actually pays off the $9. But I'm really hoping that 4 squeezes in there. You guys like the 4 a lot. Let's get the 2 with the 4 and the 7. Let's squeeze that 5 out of there like you guys are hoping for.
Yeah.
Hey, Dan H. Love that you like my takes. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Let's make it happen.
like I was saying, I liked it too, and went, looked at that one and went back to that one a lot. And one thing that I thought was really interesting was, as I mentioned, the horse has always been on the board, but he finally breaks through when they moved to Bino instead of Baudry.
Yeah.
Baudry had ridden this horse in every other start, but Bino is on the 4, is on Coal Boy. And which he's ridden that one in both starts, both of the last 2 starts at Assiniboia for this one. But he goes with Coal Boy over Roadrunner. So that was one of the things that made me lean more towards the 4, but over the 2. But I like the 2. I like the 2 a lot.
Yeah, and the 2 doesn't have to win. 2 just has to hit the board here. So we got a lot of options here.
And I'm really hoping that that this 5 is out of there, because 8-5. Are you kidding me?
I know. Yeah, I'm not liking that number on the 5. I like the 5, right? Enough to put him in
can't
there,
get
but I don't
behind
like him that much.
9-5. 9-5, first time back in a year, coming off a race that was not really good, where only one horse has come back to win. In against these horses, I mean, there's just so many things there that you can point out. And
he's floating up to 2. Public's listening to you, Tim.
I mean, off a 5-1 morning line. I mean, if you like the horse and you know gonna knock him down to 3 or something, I get. But even 2-1, I think that's an underlay for me, and I'll pass. But I hope if that's what causes us to win our bet here, I hope he's underneath in 3rd.
Yeah, let's make it happen.
But we don't want him to win at that price.
No.
And now he's up to 5-2 as the 7 takes over favoritism, which makes a lot more sense. 8-5, the money's starting to come in on that one.
Yeah.
Just means somebody put a bet down on the 5. It doesn't take a lot early on to drive those odds like that here at Assiniboia. So somebody likes the 5 enough to drop a little bit of change.
Yeah. The maybe the connections are real excited to get that horse going after almost a year of being on the shelf, and decided to drop a honeypot on there.
Yeah, Daniel Sakita on the 2. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking a look here.
Yeah, there's $8,600 in the win pool, 2,000 on the 5, 2,700 on the 7.
All right.
Right.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm just taking a look at the pools here. Sometimes from the exacta pools, you can get an idea for. Let's see, 7-5.
Yeah, 7-5 is the lowest.
$7, 5-7-9.
7-1.
All right. So yeah, even if we got like a 7-5-2, gosh, we'd be breaking even. Probably, maybe a little bit more. We'll see. Uncle Sully's got a 1-2.
A little more.
A little more.
Yeah.
Jenny Mack in the house.
Jenny Mack, how are you, my friend? Hope you had a great
4-6 win place on the 4 and 6. I like that 4. Let's get the 4 home, Jenny.
Yeah. 2-4-5 wouldn't be bad.
Rick is also on the 4. I like that.
Good luck, my friend.
In fact, what are those combinations with the 2? I'm curious.
Look at Kurt just doing $10 pick 3 straight, 7-1-3, not even messing around. Yep. No. Exactly.
Yeah. All on the 4.
2 minutes to post. Get your wagers in.
Indeed. We're almost up. Let's see. We're at 175. Thank you guys for joining. As always, if you like, then go ahead and like. Go ahead and like our stream here on YouTube. It always helps when you tell Assiniboia that you like us. So if you tweet something out, you retweet us, let them know, because I think we help them and they help us. So all is good. Keep this thing going. Let them know you like it.
And we are just 2 days away from the opening day at Saratoga.
They're going to open so many times.
The third opening day. But this time, it's for real.
This time. It's the
I love
real
opening day so
Saratoga
much they did it
opening
3
day.
times. Yeah.
Exactly.
Woo. Yeah. Good call, Sean.
Thank you.
All right. Sheldon Farm, California's got 2-7 with 4-5. That sounds familiar. I like that. Good luck to you, Sheldon Farm. If you hit your ticket, we hit ours.
Yep.
So good luck to you there.
Yeah, I agree, Frank, that we don't worry about the odds. We're not picking the favorites
No.
and looking at the odds in that way. All I'm saying is I don't like those odds when it comes to the payouts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
want
Churchill and Anthony shippers in race 3.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So Baffert finally sent a horse to Santa Anita. That's what you're telling me. Okay. To Assiniboia. Oh, my joke flattened out. I'm sorry, guys. Oh yeah, looks like we got a lurker here. Someone post up our bet there. It's trifecta key box with two keyed with 4, 5, 7.
4, 5,
There
7
we
right
go.
there.
That's the spirit. Yes. And let's see where. So back to the 5. The 5 is at 7 to 2, and
Yeah.
looks like the 7 is
Makes
now
more
getting
sense.
nailed. It makes more sense. I agree.
A lot more sense. 3 to 1, I can see. It's like 7 to 2, more sense. But
Yeah. And you were saying you thought the 6 was going to get hammered more and be the second favorite. Not there yet, but could trend in that direction for sure.
Yeah.
I'm a little surprised that 2 doesn't get more love here. Maybe it is your comment about the jockey. And again, this is a win pool, right? We've talked about the 2 constantly being in the money. So.
Well, and it's a horse just coming out of the maiden ranks, as is the 5, and that one is taking money. But
yeah,
the 2 took a few races to win, even though it has been in the money every time. I love hard trying types.
Yeah,
I agree.
Got to find a way to leverage that, and that's what this bet is doing.
I think Jorge likes the 5.
Jorge likes the 5. All right.
A lot.
Good luck, Jorge.
Like that many times.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of 5. Easy, Jorge. There's only so much StreamYard can handle.
Information.
So many 5s.
Yeah.
And once again, we've got a trifecta key box 2 with the 4, 5, 7.
Yeah. We are floating up close to 200 there. We're at 188 right now. Thank you
love
guys
to
for
see it.
joining.
Thank you, everybody. For joining us. It's post time.
Yeah, Frank does think that El Hombre ran in the race that the 5 won, so he is not giving much credence to the 5 based on that.
Yeah.
Be careful. El Hombre might be lurking
in the woods.
I don't think there's a might.
No.
Yeah,
in the
somebody
comment section
posted
somewhere.
Trust the Prophets. It's like
you can tell. There's personalities that pop out in that.
It's like normally I'd wonder if it was the formula, but I see him in his car.
Yeah, it's a little tricky for me. All right.
Coming in here.
All right. We're getting close. You can see them back there. They're thinking about loading up.
And thank God that they have officially listened to us and have removed the 1 hole out into the 2. You know?
Yeah.
That the 1 does not start on the rail.
Woo. Yeah. The punishing position.
Yes. Much easier for the 1 to get out.
See a lot of people similar bets. Rick Johnson's got 247. Good luck, Rick.
Who's the horse they're pushing in? Is that the 3 or the 4?
Too small for me to tell.
Tim, can you see that? No.
I
3. I think 3.
I think it's a 3.
I think it's the 3. Yeah. It's the 3. Yeah, it's the 3.
Attaboy Cookie from the rail is it.
It's the 3.
Okay.
Here comes Red Roadrunner.
That just took like 5 guys to move the
Next
3.
Up, Cole Boy.
There's Cole Boy.
Yeah. Value at 5 to 1.
Tom Halleck likes the 4 as well. Yep, 5 to 1 on the 4. Hey, we'll take the 4 on top.
Hey, Sweet Darlin's turn.
Oof. Some rough looking cars in this neighborhood. All right, 199. As we hit this race, we're gonna get 200, I think. Let's do it, guys.
Love it.
All right, let's get loaded
And
up here
just
so we
to
can see a
that
race.
load, Shocking Malice.
Shocking Malice. Let's go, let's go.
By the way, shout out. I saw this weekend our friend. I don't know if he's up there, but Alex right at the wire.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, great to see him this weekend.
Oh nice. You get to see Alex. He's a
Yeah.
good guy.
He is a good guy.
Now just waiting on our 7-5 favorite, Bottle Caps.
Man, I was kicking
you, Dan.
myself on Saturday because I was going to go up to Indianapolis. Is less than 2 hours for me, and Sniper was up there.
Oh,
Oh no
Oh.
kidding.
Oh, no.
Fractious in
Yeah.
the starting gate.
automatic scratch here.
One,
Unseating
Yeah,
rider
let's-
Dario
let's,
Dalrymple.
Oh,
one's
I'm
out.
gonna, I'm
oh
gonna
that
take that
sucks.
right now. I'm just gonna take that off right now. Just
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I got
Just a
you. I
little
got
bit.
you.
until
Just to be safe.
until they get that situation,
Yep.
which did not look great.
Indeed.
That could be a
Indeed.
delay. Yeah, that he went right down on all fours. That was it.
Yeah, they obviously scratched him, but he's walking behind the gate
Yeah,
with
that's
the
great.
jockey on board. So,
Yeah. That's great.
That's good. That's good.
although it looks like they're backing all the horses out,
They are. Yeah.
so going to be a
I mean, it was-
bit of a delay.
He was at 36-1, so it's not going to hit the odds that much. Safety of the horse, obviously,
Yeah.
first. I'm just
Right.
talking about the odds now. But yeah, that's going to suck for our bet.
Yeah, it just
probably.
shrinks all the pools though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not a huge shrinker across the board because it looked like he was the
Yeah, it was
highest in odds.
probably the least used horse in every pool. But
Exactly. Exactly.
And according according to Tim, it was Dalrymple, so he wasn't going to hit the board anyways.
hey, it wasn't no chance.
He's 1 for 1 and hitting the board so far. What are you talking about, Tim?
Well, since he only goes 1 for every 7 races that he's done, he's
Yeah.
done for the night.
And that took a disqualification for him to do so.
But yes, I mean, I saw that Sniper was up there, and I was like, man, I've been wanting to meet that guy in person for a while, and it's
Yeah,
like
Barry's one of the best men you'll ever meet. He's awesome.
Yeah.
I wish I'd gone up.
Yeah, Barry's
And
great.
then John, I saw a picture of him and Ellis together. So
Yeah, no, awesome. Yeah, the legend Ellis Star. Love him.
Yeah, so Hombre's talking about going on vacation, so maybe Jenny Mac is onto something there. He's
Ooh,
going south for vacation, so maybe he does have
Ooh.
some other plans going on. Interesting, very interesting.
oh yeah, here we go. Now we're back in the gate. There we go.
What's up, Razor Sharp?
Razor, what's
Is this-
up, my man?
Is this the real Razor Sharp though? It's
It
not
is.
some
I
pretender.
think this is the real one.
This is the real one. Okay,
This
just
is the
making
real
sure.
one.
We've seen pretenders.
Yes, we had a pretend Razor in here one night. Razor, I don't know if you heard about that.
Yeah, yeah. It's a story for another time.
And just waiting on the 6-5 favorite, Bottle Caps.
Wow,
Model camps.
With Antonio Whitehall.
They're all set. They're at the post.
I want to meet this caller in person. See
Oh.
if he talks like that in real life.
Who,
Ready
Kurt?
to get a little
He
slow
definitely
down.
does.
Oh boy. Quickly
Love it,
out to
love
the
it.
front. That's
Oh boy, got
Sweet
crunched.
Darling.
He got crunched.
Showing early speed, Red Roadrunner.
Oh, that
To
sucks.
the outside to put on some pressure. 3 wide, Air Force Reserve. 4 wide, that's Shocking Malice.
Air Force Reserve.
Bottle Caps.
He's
Finding
always
his
up front, though, and then
position.
fades.
Oh boy, after the poor beginning, is about 9 off the lead. The opening quarter.
He'll be
27-1.
last.
Hey, Sweet
Yeah.
Darling has that lead by a half a length.
He's trending.
Roadrunner on the outside.
Come on, 2.
3 wide. Air Force Reserve. making a
Here
big
comes
move.
Cole.
The
Oh,
four
boy.
flying up the rail.
Look at
Yeah, we need that
Cole
four,
boy
baby.
doing business here.
5, 2,
Come
4.
on,
Let's
Cole
do it.
boy. He's
Freeze
doing
it.
business here.
Has opened up the
Come
Who was
on.
doubting that 5?
Cole boy in and
Come on, Cole boy.
No, 2, get up there. Stay up 2. You're my key. No, my key.
No.
No. Why do I listen to you people?
Cole boy's gonna take it. Bottle caps in
It looks like 6 beat the 5 anyway.
476. Who called it 476?
I don't know. Let's move on.
That would be
Tim, we
both
gotta-
Sean and myself. We were both on the 476.
We got to
Yeah.
switch races because we always end up doing this where like we've always got great advice for the race that is not ours.
Exactly.
Hey, listen, how much better than everybody was the 4 after getting
Oh my God,
crunched
he got
and left so far
Country still
behind?
came flying. You know?
Indeed.
A photograph has been called to determine the show position. They went the opening quarter 20.
Do I know how to pick a key or
I
what?
think the 5 might have actually held on.
Okay.
59 and 3. Time for the
So
six
everything but the
furlongs.
key hit.
1:13
Go me,
and
go
2.
me.
What
Son of a.
what did I say over the last couple of weeks? I keep hitting my underneaths in the wrong key.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like every
Yeah.
time.
That is the worst part about playing a key box is
You should have keyed
is
the
when
4 though.
every-
The 4 was the key. It is 476. Look at that.
For the photo,
Sean, who picked
476?
476?
finish in
I don't
third.
know.
Fourth
It was someone in the comment section, I'm sure. Keep
You
moving.
want to see my trifecta play?
Oh no, the curse of Tim. Where's that Lombre in the comment section? He's got to say something about that. Oh.
This is the difference. Exactly. Point was stay up 2. Tim's like, get out of there, 2. No.
I would have had the 2 because I did a $2
Yeah.
trifecta key 4 with the 267.
Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah, exactly. The curse of the
Yeah. Okay. No, I see.
I was way
Told me
overrated.
the
I
5 was
agree,
overrated. Well, easy to say now. Come on. Also, it was ezy for you guys to say about 10 minutes ago because you did say it. But regardless,
Now it's getting the winners in closer. The
Well,
official winner of
Also, when a
Sharon
Barnes won for
Agar's
11, just
70th birthday race,
some
the winner number 4, Cole Boy.
Cole
Cole Boy is a dark Bear Brown gelding, 3 years old.
Oh,
6 to
boy.
1.
wow,
Good.
good crowd out there. Look at that. Nice night out there for racing.
Owned by Bill Meikle and
They get a
Windasser
very
Stable,
good crowd.
trained by Lenny
I'm very
Anderson,
impressed with that.
and ridden to victory.
I
Very
saw
nice for a
something on their
Tuesday.
website to where they were having like free entrance over the next couple of days and all kinds of promotions and things for the kids. And
Yeah.
I
that's
don't
awesome.
understand why more race courses don't do stuff like that because if you let someone in for free, they're just going to cover it in gambling anyway, right?
Yeah.
Unless they're a kid, most likely. I never
Right.
understood having like these tall ticket prices for getting into a horse race. Like when I would go to Arlington, it wasn't like it was a lot, but I was always factoring that in like, oh, well, if it's costing me $15 to get in the door, then I gotta cover that somehow because I'm going to lose or I got to win and cover that, right? I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Seemed to make sense to make it as low as possible, if not free. Just let people walk in and gamble on horse racing.
Jenny Mac said, easy $14 Anderson winner.
Ah,
easy winner.
yeah. Good job, guys. Good job.
Of the 23 tracks Tom has been to since 2019, only 7 of them have charged admission. Look at that
Yeah.
$143 double. Yeah. Wow.
Whoops, wrong one. Oh,
Pretty disappointed
Fine.
at my $82 try though.
Oh,
yeah, I bet you would be.
gosh.
No, I'm serious.
No,
I just thought it
yeah,
would pay better than $82.
yeah, no, exactly,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, once
Did
the
get the
one
6 on
scratched,
7.
yeah,
yeah.
6 and 7 were low. 4 on top was nice, but 6 and 7 were crap, odds wise. Gotta get a better
So
market.
speaking of letting people in free, and the way that some tracks gouge for every penny they can get on certain things. Let me just say this:
By all means.
I went to Churchill over the last couple of days of the meet there, and I went one day with a friend, and it was just like the gouging on concessions is just
Oh, yeah.
grotesque.
It
And
is.
I watched Saratoga over the weekend, and I see they've got these really nice looking Nathan's hot dogs for a
buck. Did he
Wow.
freeze?
I think he froze.
The hot dogs froze him. The Nathan's hot dogs have frozen him.
We didn't even get to hear how much they cost. We just assumed it was a buck.
$1 all weekend, 4th of July.
Yeah, Sean knows. You're right. You know.
Yeah,
Wow.
Turfway free. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, Ryan said they sold over 19,000 hot dogs last weekend.
And at a buck for a hot dog, they still made a profit.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Right?
Mayor, they're free at Turfway. They're free at Turfway. You just have to pick them off the ground.
Yeah. Pry them out of the bum's hand.
Exactly.
Yes.
That was a huge success up there. I was actually very impressed. This is pretty cool. They gave one day they gave away free sunglasses. One day they gave away, it's a pretty good promotional weekend for people up there.
Very nice.
Yeah, and $2 beers. Yeah. Yes, sir. All right, so we're going to turn the page here. Third race, 6 furlongs, maiden special, right? Purse 20,000 for maiden fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. This is my race. Formula, what'd you have here, my friend?
Yeah, so the one horse was 1-2, right?
Yeah.
Half an odd, half of a 1, and he was my top horse. I love seeing him at 2-1. Don't think it's going to last. So he hasn't won in 8 races, 3 times in the money. Speed figures definitely check out. Earnings per race definitely check out. I originally was going to say, why don't you bypass that horse and move over to the 5? If it's going to be even money though, if it's going to be the same between the 5 and the 1, I do like the 1 a little bit better. His speed figures the last race look much better. They're both dropping in class. The 1, he's got a little bit of a close in him at 6 furlongs. Maybe that comes in handy. Definitely looks good down the stretch. We've seen horses down the stretch look pretty good tonight. Last 2 races, definitely the case. And over the last 3 races, looking at the best 2, he's head and shoulders above the rest. So I do think that he is the best horse here. He is the class. If he's not the post time favorite, then we're getting pretty lucky here with the odds, in my opinion. The next horse I did have is the 5. I talked about him a bit already. Coming off of a significant layoff on the 5, which is why I'm curious, unless you guys see something I don't, why he is drawing so much love right now. 394 days since he last raced. Lyndon B. Johnson was in office the last time this horse raced. He's got some of the best race times, though. I'll give him that. Earnings for the distance, top of the field. Earnings overall, top of the field. So I get it. And he's going to be real close to the pace, if not the pace setter. So I get that as well. And then if I'm going to look at another horse here, I'll give you 2 more horses. Both of them draw in value. I'll start with the 3 horse. Whoops. Hey. No. Go back. Okay. Wow. Everything's going wonky on me here. Sorry about that, guys.
No,
Yeah, the 3 horse. Somehow I got the 3 horse in here. It's his 3rd race. Came in the money last time out. He's one of these horses that I'm sort of projecting up a bit on, and I think you might get some value here. I always love a horse who looked better in his 2nd race, just a little bit better. And he was sitting on the pay. Sorry, he was fell back a little bit last race. Anyway, yeah, he's in the money one time. Yeah, there we go. The 3 horses one, and then the 4 horses. The next one I like. He's only run in 1 race. I'm giving a couple of these horses that haven't run a whole lot before, but have shown a little bit of something, a bit more value here. We're going to need it too if we're talking about the 1 and the 5. So 1, 5, 3, and 4. Those are the horses I have. All right.
love it. Love it.
All right.
Tim?
Fair enough. Whew.
Oh, you're on
Tim,
mute,
if you're
Tim.
talking, we can't hear you.
Oh,
You're on mute.
all right. I'm going to agree with what Hot Rod just said, that this is a 2-horse race. I like the 1 a lot more than the 5. I got 1-5, so just bet a 1-5 all and be done. Not even going to say
That's
more
simple.
than that. But, but
simple.
seriously, but I do like the 1 more than the 5.
Okay.
I don't trust Santa Anita shippers if you know they're going to race against mules, but
Yeah.
But the 1 looks better than the 5 to me.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at this. Honor AP, a first defense mare, been racing at Churchill, Oakland, Fairgrounds. Much better company.
Oh yeah.
And the 5 can't be very good because KK rode this horse, Sean.
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh.
Leading rider at Los Alamitos.
Don't make me log off again. I logged off earlier when you said that.
There's Paul. Hey, Paul.
What's up, Paul?
Hey, Paul's checking in. How's it going, Paul? So it's just that simple, huh, Tim? 1-5.
I mean, to me, it could be 5-1,
Yeah.
but I really box a 1-5 in the exact and be done. Let's see what it's paying. Probably not a
Yeah, I'm
lot.
curious.
Okay. Here we go.
So what 1/5 is the lowest. It's paying $740 for 2, so $370 to 1. And then if you get it the other way, a 5-1 is $1130. So it is paying a little bit more that way. But I think it's straight 1-5. 1-5
Okay.
all and be done.
There we go. Okay.
If you're wondering who honestly comes out the best of all the horses for me out of everybody else, believe it or not, I like Mini Glazed Donut.
Yeah.
God, that
I like
sounds
the
good.
7.
Oh, the 7. No, I thought you were talking about a mini glazed donut. Okay.
That is
Got
Mini
it.
Glazed
Glazed
Donut.
Donut run some solid racing.
Yeah, I just thought a donut would taste good right now.
Okay. Colin
Also,
Sheehan in the
thanks
house.
for the 15-2 win on the I guess he had the 4 for us, Cole Boy, after
Yeah.
listening to us, and he got 15-2 over there. So great job, Paul.
Nice
Oh,
job, Paul.
yeah. Nice.
Okay. We got 6 minutes to go here.
Anybody know this guy?
Colin Sheehan is in the house.
I feel like I heard the name.
He's excited. His Red Sox are winning 10-0. Kyle Graves, glad to hear that, Tim. Tri-wheel 157 all. Okay. All righty. Here we go. You can already hit the thing for me. I don't even need to wait.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna do a $2 try box 1, 3, 5.
Oh, you like the 3 as well, huh?
I do, yes. This horse has run 2 very solid races. I think he can split one of these 2. Plus, and I will say this, right? and I made notes in this, which is interesting. So let me get this straight. Murray
by all means.
Duncan is a very impressive 1 for 14 right now. His barn is not doing great, right? So now you're asking a horse. This is interesting, right? You bring him from Fairgrounds to Oaklawn to Churchill Downs. Runs nice races. I'm not taking that away from him, right? Then at Keeneland, he works 48 out of 50, right?
Yeah.
Then you bring him to Canterbury, and he runs 6 out of 6, a 40 workout. Now you're asking him to run 6 furlongs when she's been going 2 turns the whole time, right?
Yeah.
And that Frank Payne just hit it on I think she needs more ground. You know what I'm saying? I think she's actually facing sprinters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which I don't think this is her game. Now, could she still just be better than everybody else? Absolutely.
Yes. Just
you know
class.
Right. But the 3 who was running against both, that's what she said, right? And Art Nouveau, who are 2 of the best horses on the grounds, right? She came in a solid second last time and was advancing very wide, but got the place rally. And she's picking up another half furlong. If one of these 2, what if these 2 go out and possibly ding dong each other, and then the one's not a sprinter? You know what I'm saying? I think 3 can pick off one of these 2 per second. So that is why I'm doing what I'm doing.
I like the story. I love it.
And we just want to hear him say, "She's a Roski." Exactly. So that is my. But she's been splitting 49 and 50-second halves. Yeah. Ethan 1534. I know the 7 is dangerous. Hope I don't get bit for not involving. Yeah, mini glaze don't. Yeah, that's the horse that scared me.
Interesting. I'm gonna take a look at that again.
That's who I've got third. I like the 7.
Yeah.
You like the 7?
Who doesn't love a mini glazed donut? That's for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, anytime as a kid, right? When they got those miniature things, for like a soccer thing or something like that, and they had the miniatures on the sideline. First thing you go for is the glazed mini donut, and the jelly.
I can see it.
And the jelly.
And I'm a jelly man myself.
Yep, and jelly. Yep, the little jelly one, and then the chocolate ones. Oh,
yes. Give me some jelly Timbits. We're talking Canada here. We're at Assiniboia. Give me some Timbits.
Yes.
Timmy Horton, baby.
That stuff will kill you.
Yeah, but in such a delicious way.
From Timmy Hortons. I cannot wait.
We have honestly
Timmy Hortons in our area.
I honestly could not tell you the last time I had a donut.
Yeah. Smart man. Yep.
Fat pills.
Yeah, I see it in the 7. I think I had him 4th, but I stretched over
Dan,
to
Dan
the 4.
is very true here. Anything mini, I swear you eat more, no doubt.
Yeah.
Because you think they're small. Exactly.
Yeah, it's like vitamins.
Wow. Mini glazed donut and Ron Alia. Trifecta is destroying combination. And I read. Exactly. Churro bites. Ooh.
Churro bites. Jeez. You guys are trying to kill me
1 to 5.
here. All right, 208 in the lounge right now. It's showing for me across all platforms. Thank you guys for joining. Hope you are enjoying your time at Assiniboia with us. So we are 1 minute to post, meaning we're probably about 7 minutes away from a race and having a good time.
Yes.
Scott Letty betting the 2 to get out and ruin that. Oh, nice.
Ooh, okay, there you go.
How about those long shots?
Love
I mean,
it.
yeah, Sean, you brought up some interesting points. I know these horses are classing down and shipping over, but who's to say that something about Assiniboia doesn't throw them for a loop here, you know? And
right.
like you were saying with the 3 could split them. The 3 could Yeah, sneak out there and bump up. Yeah, when I looked at this race, I didn't think that it was. I mean, I definitely like the 1 and the 5. It doesn't feel like a total sell on me, but we'll see. Like
Yeah.
I know
My-
Tim is gung ho 1-5 more so
Yeah.
than me.
And my question is, you come in third to Lola La Plume in a 90,000 K maiden special at Churchill, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So automatically your first response after that is, let's send them to Assiniboia for a
And run 6
$20,000
furlongs.
maiden going 6 furlongs. That's exactly the first place I would put a horse that just
Yeah.
came in third. You know, in a you know,
Yeah. We're going north and slightly
Yeah.
west. We're gonna have to check through customs,
yeah, is that, you know, I mean,
and that's the place for this horse.
I mean, going a distance that she's just not used to running. Yeah, I'm like, okay, sure.
Yep. No, I agree. The whole thing sounds.
And
bizarre.
she could win this, by the way. She could win this by 10 lengths. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
she could just
yeah.
be just that much better. And she's coming around the turn. They're just on the other side.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah. Hot Rod is disagreeing with us, surmising that there can be anyone to beat this horse.
Hot Rod, am I trying to beat them, though, or am I just trying to get the 3 in the money? That is the question.
Yeah.
That is the question. I have 135, so I'm not trying to beat them. I'm trying to split them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know what's going on with my internet tonight, guys. It keeps going out.
My internet's better than your internet.
That's one thing I will say. If you are the Baffert horses fans, she has 4 works over the track, and they're not bad. You know what I'm saying? So at least that's interesting, you know?
Yeah.
Take the cannolis. I like it.
Take the cannolis.
Yeah, always a good TB double on the 1. There you go. Dennis Trusty in the house.
Go ahead and bet a pick 3. Go ahead and bet a pick 3, 1-3 all. Bet 1-3 all. I'm serious, because 1 and 3 in these 2 races to me are locks, and the race after that is like wide open.
Yeah.
1 and 3 or 1 and 5?
$3 exact box 6, 7, 8 when in place in the 6 and 7.
A pick 3, 1 here, 3 in the next, and all in the next.
Oh, I see. Got it. You got 2 singles going.
Dan, I'm just the reason I say that is I'm hoping a long shot hits in the third that nobody has, but that's why I say bet a 1-3 all and hope you get a long shot in that race, which I think is possible. But yes, this 1-3 to me is like a lock.
Yeah.
And 1-3 double is what I'm talking about. 1 in this race, 3 in the next.
This is exciting. My friend, one of my best friends, he brought his 8-year-old to the Red Sox for his first game ever at Fenway Park, and they won 10-2.
Wow.
That's exciting for your first ever game.
Keep sending that kid there, right?
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hot Rod's got a pick 3, 1-5 with 3 with 1-2-5.
All right, guys, let me ask you this question here. So races coming up this weekend, best cards, Saturday at Saratoga. I'm trying to figure out what to do capping the card on, and I'm thinking it's just Saratoga from here on out until they close up.
Yeah.
Anything to beat it?
Ellis has got some good cards.
Yeah, Ellis is fun. Fun.
But I would say Saratoga, until Del Mar starts, Saratoga is definitely the best card.
Yeah.
Colonial's got good cards too. But definitely Saratoga.
Saratoga's the class though, yeah.
Until Del Mar starts. All right, here we go.
Or until Haskell at Monmouth.
Yeah.
If possible, please, Todd.
overwhelming 2-5 favorite.
Todd saying I want a
Up
better
first one
payout than
in.
$3 on my pick 3. Yes, please.
Cyberstorm ready to go.
Yeah, the Hot Rod brings up a good point. We got to keep an eye on Ellis. They've got some good cards.
They
Yeah,
do.
no, yeah.
I
Oh,
agree.
yeah, that's the first thing I said. Yep, yep. And Brendan's keeping a lot of his horses down there this year.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are staying in Kentucky because the purses at Ellis this summer are crazy.
Yeah, they're getting better, right? Every year it seems like you're getting a little better.
Yeah, they supplemented them this year, and they're really strong.
Nice.
Here comes Twilight
If I got
Ride.
time, maybe I'll do 2. Ellis and Saratoga.
Apple Fest ready to
Oh.
take her
Yeah, both
spot.
fast.
Apple.
Cundy is next. Just 2 left to load. Mini glazed
see here.
donut.
Mini glazed donut.
Now just waiting on Sundance. Sally.
All right. Let's get that 3 on top here for Sean's ticket.
Oh,
The front gates are open with number 4, Twilight Ride.
yeah, didn't get
Whoa.
going too far. Didn't get going
Oh
too
boy. Is that the 5 or the 4?
far.
Those gates are closed again.
She didn't get away too far.
Whew.
And we'll just be waiting on Twilight Ride to re-enter the start.
We already had one of those break things last week. We don't need another one.
Looks like Frank Payne is asking where Ellis Park is, situated in Kentucky,
Once
Tim.
again, they're
What-
at the post.
One,
And the rough.
There we
The
go.
one
Ready to
going
lose
big
no
speed
one.
out of the gate.
Easy tree 8. Apple Fest.
Wow.
Broke out of the gate running and captures the early lead by a length. Cyber
The one knows this is a
Storm
race, right?
on the inside, trying to keep up in
Well, the Ford just
second.
closed.
Back in
So.
third, Sundance
Yeah.
Sally. She's a Roski on the rail. To the outside, mini glazed donut. 4 more to Twilight Ride, Cundy. And the big favorite, Easy Tree 8, spotted the field about
All
8
right.
lengths. 24
Yeah, no
seconds,
kidding.
the opening quarter.
24.
And Apple Fest, all by herself.
Thank you, Uncle Sully.
Up by
I thought it was close to
5
Evansville.
lengths, but here comes
Wow.
Easy Tree 8.
Oh, the one woke up.
As they hit the
Yeah, come on, 3.
1.
Come on, 3. Just get with her.
3's way in the back, though.
Come on, 3.
Easy
Come on, 3. Get up for third.
Where is he?
Ground, but running
I'm
out
trying,
of
but
it.
Wow.
Apple Fest at the 60th
look at
goal
Apple Fest.
is
The
gonna
one's still
cruise
closing.
to
I think the one
victory.
thinks there's like 3 more
Apple Fest,
furlongs left.
5-4. Easy Tree 8.
7.
Mini
The donut is third.
Yeah,
for 4th and
the
5th.
donut is third.
Cyberstorm.
The donut is third.
Zarowski.
517.
517.
517. Who called that mini glazed donut?
Yeah. This
I
try.
wonder.
Five
Yeah.
much the best.
Do you think the one knew that this was a 6 furlong race?
And yeah, I just don't know what they were doing, putting her in a sprint race. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just don't. I mean, she still ran okay. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
that's not her. And I knew. Remember, I said to you before, I said she won't get out of the gate. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
that's she's not a sprinter. You know.
No. You're right.
The Stewart's opposed to number 5, Apple Fest. As
She
your
will
race
be.
winner,
She will be in
Cundy
one of
goes
those
to number
7
1, Easy
furlong
Tree 8.
mile
Third to
races
number
next
7,
time,
Mini
and she
Glazed
will be
Donut.
like
A photograph has been called
3 to
to
5, and
determine the
she'll win
fourth
by
place
like
finisher.
5. You know what I'm
They
saying?
would
Oh,
keep
yeah.
the quarter
In the
24
7 furlong
seconds.
mile races,
Lap
she's gonna
47
crush them.
seconds.
You know,
5
Agreed.
but
furlongs,
6 furlongs,
59
that's
and
not
2.
where you start her.
For the 6
You know, maybe they
furlongs,
wanted to just
Well-
give her a race and start her.
And I don't disagree, but I will say this: if that horse doesn't go 15 wide in the turn, he can still win.
Yeah,
or she can still win.
Yeah.
I mean, she
Yeah.
was absolutely flying, but got
Oh yeah,
carried
no, yeah. It's just
extremely
too
wide
short,
in the turn.
you know, yeah. And the Baffert horse whoever, and this is the truth. I think this was the difference in the race. The 5 had 4 workouts on the track. You know what I'm saying? Which I think would played a huge part in the fitness. You know, had 4 full workouts and nice workouts on the track.
I love how we keep calling the 1 the Baffert horse. Or is it the 5?
The 5 was the Baffert horse. Yeah.
The 5 is the Baffert horse.
Yes. The 5 is Le Baffert. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. What an easy lead. Yep. Now here's one.
Well done, Hot Rod.
Now here's one. If they stretch the 5 out, that she'll be in trouble. You know what I'm saying? She'll look really good for 5, 6 furlongs.
Oh, yeah.
And then she'll just spit the bit. You know?
Yeah. The 1 totally closed.
Race, it was perfect for her. You know?
Yeah.
Especially when the 1 missed the gate by 15 lengths. That really helped.
Entering the winner's enclosure, the impressive winner of the Barney Gurney's birthday race. That's number 5, Apple Fest. Apple Fest is a baby.
You know, what's really funny is you you look at the 7 and you're like, excuse me, oh, I got a 24-1 shot in third, but that's the 3rd pick.
Yeah, right, exactly. This price, you may actually lose money. Like if you're
yeah, how many people went 1, 5, 5, 1 all underneath,
and
right?
Then, and then 20 cents. I paid $1.97.
Wow.
The 18th running of the Hazel Wright Sire Stakes.
I was close. 5-1. My 3 got up for 4th. Darn it.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I tried the 3. You know?
3 got up.
Yeah. And in the stable duel, I had the 5 and the 3. Chuck the 1.
Nice work on the 5. All right, guys. I'm not going to give you my picks for race 4 because I think you'll do fine there without me. 4 horses. I will say goodnight to you. Maybe Ombre will join later. We'll see if he has time. But pleasure as always. Good luck the rest of the way out.
See you, buddy. Have a great night.
See ya.
Jackpot. Pick 5 wagering kicks off here in race 4. They'll go to post in 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Till post. All right, Tim, you're going to bring us right back here. And Frank, live to the 3 on a $2 pick 3. Good luck. And Hot Rod's got pick 5 time. Once again, we have been let not the VIP fan of the night, Tim.
It's really disappointing. What's the guy got to do?
Exactly. I can't report to the guest services. I guess that disqualifies us. I still claim foul. All right. So I will read the conditions, Tim. You're going to bring us right back here, Tim. We've been all around it, bud. We've been all around it. We're gonna do just fine here. 4th race, field of 4. Oops. You want to just should we just skip this race and just do like a mutual race and then give you race 5? Because that's not really,
I'm going to bet the entire bankroll on the 3 to win.
There you go.
we either win a couple of bucks or we call it a night.
Yeah, there you go. I like it.
No. But yes, this race looks crazy.
Yeah. I mean, good Lord, Bobby D likes a $2 exacta box 2-3. 2 left to load. Very nice. As a matter of fact, Tim, I will go over the entire race for you. All the horses for you. Just do it. Yeah, I think the 3's got a really good shot here. Yeah. And my second pick here is the 2 left to load. Michael Nault, Jean Bino, 44%. And this horse came in 3rd in the Buffalo and in 2nd and maiden, and ran again in some good races here. 6 furlongs, and the 1 Amplify as my 3rd pick, and the 4th pick, rounding out and definitely my stable dual play of the day for to get points is the 4 Shazette. So I was, Tim, 3, 2, 1, 4.
Some tough handicap in there, Sean.
Yes. Guaranteed. My superfect is guaranteed.
Yeah, this race is a little crazy.
Yeah. Well,
but I do think that the 2 is best of the rest. I'm not sure about the 1. The 1's still a maiden, and
yeah.
Now we're in a stakes race after a 5.5 furlong that wasn't great, and now definitely stepping up against a lot better.
Yeah.
Plus, I'd rather have Bino than Ballroop. I think the 4 is a distant 4th in here.
Yeah.
As far as the 3, but yeah, Nickety Split looks much the best in here.
Yeah. I'll be back in 1 second, my friend.
Frank, you got a $2 pick 3. It's going to pay $2.10. The payouts are not great in the last race, but best of luck to you. Yeah, Neil, I think the problem with that is you might lose money. Yeah, I'm just kidding, Frank. Still, I would take that. So $67. And the jackpot pick 5 keeps growing and will keep growing until it's a mandatory payout, and then we're playing. I don't know if you guys remember the episode last year. They had a mandatory payout, pick 5 and pick 4 that night, and I gave out both of those tickets. We hit both of those live on the air. Not too bad. Manitoba Liquor and Lotteries. Sounds like a party. Hot Rod said he's got some prices on his pick 5 ticket. He doesn't think it will be chalky tonight. Well, I always say that it gets less chalky as the night goes on, but it's been pretty chalky so far. I mean, yes, the 1 lost, but lost to the 5, and those 2 were taking all the money. That's why we were saying 1-5-1-5 all, and really 1-5-1-5 with 3-7 was the only thing that you needed to play in the last race. I don't remember, Joseph. I'd have to go back and look. It wasn't crazy. It was a few hundred.
What are we talking about here, my friend?
I was just talking about the jackpot pick 5. Do you remember last year, Sean, when they had the mandatory payout and I gave out the pick 5 and pick 4 that night and we hit them both?
Oh God, you hit it all. It was like it was. Oh yeah, it was huge. It was like 9,000.
No, I mean it was just a few hundred that night. I think it was close to 1,000 between both of them, or just over. Or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
I
Oh,
have
that's
to go
right. Yeah,
back and look.
1,000. Yeah, that was the night you just hit everything. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was impressive.
Yeah, we were on with Jessica that night, and I had a really strong night. You remember that?
Oh God, yeah. That was amazing. You could not miss.
All right.
Yeah,
Six to
let's
2
all
and
bet.
a 4. Take a lot of money in race 6.
We're gonna do what do you call it? Our whole
I've got
bankroll
a
on the
horse
3 to
other than
show.
those, hot rod. What's that, Sean?
We're gonna bet the whole bankroll on the 3 to show.
Bridge jumpers.
Mm.
All right, Sean, while they head to the track, I'm going to get a drink refill real quick. I'll be right back.
Absolutely. Yep. It's riders up. And we got a field of 4 here. Ooh, JL Cooper.
Riders up!
Love it. Love it. Yeah, a half to JL Cooper. Yeah, very, yeah. Yep. Jerry Lambert and Lynn Matthews. Yeah, Jerry Lambert owns a lot of great horses up there over the years for sure. Look at the jackpot 5 growing 294, which is really should be a pick 4 tonight. If we get the free square that we think we do. And thank you to everyone joining us. 207 strong tonight. They're coming onto the track here. Yeah, not much we can do with this one in terms of making money. But yeah, they come onto the track. 3's kind of feeling good on feeling his oats there without an outrider, feeling good there. 1 to 9. Probably looked at the tote board and said, hey, I'm 1 to 9. One of the biggest myths. The horses have no idea what their odds are. Whether they're 1 to 9 or 99 to 1, they don't know the difference. Here's the field. We got Amplify, Sven Baru, coming off impressive. Then we got 2 left to load. Bino, Nolt. The heavy favorite, Nickety Split. And the 4, Shizette with Premium Badry. And we're almost just a month away from the Big Kings Plate up there at Woodbine, and not far from the Assiniboia Derby. So big things happening up there in Canada as well. Two left to load is the best turned out.
Come on, Paul. What kind of question is that?
Wow.
Check out the screen, Paul. Check out my shirt.
Two
You know I'm going Real Madrid.
hundred and 5 strong here tonight. Thank you to everybody for joining us tonight. I know, and we thank Assiniboia for always putting us on their player portal. We so appreciate that. And our other friend, Mike Probozzi, does a great taped show called In the Media on the Assiniboia for Wednesdays. And his guest this week was me. So if you have a chance to check that video out for tomorrow night's plays.
I will tell you, if you if you are a track manager, it's like you need to send your marketing folks to Assiniboia and see how to do things correctly.
I agree. So great. Look at the jackpot pool, over 300,000. And it's really, Tim, a pick four. You know, I mean, it really, I mean, we would think, you know, really pick four. I mean, you know, I mean, I don't even know what we do with this race to make any money.
Pass.
Yeah, pass.
Well, I mean, a straight 3-2 exacta, you know, we normally bet 10. So I'm just gonna, let's just do this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bet a $10 straight exacta 3-2.
Yep. That's it. Perfect. Frank Payne is going 3-1. Good luck. Yep. We're having some real rain up here right now. Bridge jumping. Doing some bridge. Do they actually have show on this race?
What's that?
They don't have show on this race, do they?
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah.
Let me
The
see
two
the
beat
poll.
the two beat the three, 2 races back.
Right. Well, there's a show pool in that's showing up in the money.
Wow.
That's craziness. and right now, Sean, there is $57,000 in the show pool total. 55 of it is on the 3.
Wow. Wow. Why would
somebody just bet $50,000 on the 3 to show?
Louise. Wow.
All right. Keep an eye on your local bridges.
It's a superfecta in this race. Wow.
No way.
Yeah.
3-2-1-4.
Yeah, right there. Crazy. The pick fives. Yeah, look at this. They're spread out in these. Yeah. Crazy. 2 minutes to post. Yeah, why not, Dan? If you think there's, you know, I've seen
Exactly.
my dad was at the Meadowlands the night that Nia Trust broke stride, and he put $2 to show on the field. I think he got like $800, $900 back. It was so much money, but Nia Trust to show the one night he broke. Yeah. No, I don't think this is the time to do it, especially with the 4 in the field. Well, we have 0 minutes to post. Thank you to everybody joining us tonight. 223 strong. Please like if you're on the YouTube, if you can just click the like button, so it helps us out. Greatly appreciate it. Tim, you have a $5 base pick 3 we can play?
No, I mean, I haven't looked at it in that way. Let's wait till the next one, and I'll give out my pick 4 that I always do.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking at that right now. So
Yeah. We're getting to the gate. I remember one day Dennis said that, but I actually saw that. I'll never forget. I was at Saratoga with Tim, right? And this guy's yelling at the screen. The race doesn't even come off, and the horse is like 1-5, and they're just hammering the show pool. And the guy's yelling, "Come on, just fall off, just fall off."
I would never root that.
Never, ever would I root that. Exactly. The guy's just yelling at the screen.
For the horse to lose, yes, but not that.
Yeah, no, exactly.
2 left to load.
2 left. Oh, no. This will be a quick load, hopefully.
Amplify.
307,000.
Into the starting gate.
There we go.
2 left to load, ready to go in. Next up, the heavy 1-9 favorite, Nickety Split. And just waiting on Shazette to the outside. They're all set. They're at the post.
And they're off.
In the 18th running of the Hazelwright Sire Stakes. And Nickety Split quickly.
Look at the force, shocking the field.
To the outside.
Yeah, she will for about half the race.
In second. Back in third.
She's already backing up. Look at her.
Yeah.
It's a trailer.
It was a good effort.
But only 4 lengths off the lead. Nickety
She ran great for 1 furlong.
Yeah.
In a lulling to sleep.
25. You're letting Nickety Split go 25-1.
3. 2 left to load. Says let's go. And goes after Nickety Split in second. Shazette back to third.
Look at he's in handwriting.
I
got the super. 3, 2, 1, 4.
I got the super. Come on now.
3 with the lead.
2, just hold on.
In second. Amplified trying to eat up ground on the rail, but to no avail.
Only winners in the lounge.
Nickety Split is gonna take the 18th.
I bet a $2 super 3, 2, 1, 4.
Yeah, there you go.
That's crazy.
And I got 20 points. I got 20 points in stable due for the 4.
And we got a $10 exacta. Let's see what. Let's see. The exactas we're paying. Woo! For $2, we get $2.30.
All right. Woo! Only winners in the lounge.
We won $1.50. Oh, that's too funny.
Wow. I bet you lost money if you just try.
The Stewart's opposed to number 3, Nickety Split as your race winner. Second goes to number 2.
This try could pay 90, like 80 cents for like 10.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Well, I mean, it's just like I said. I bet a $2 straight superfecta 3, 2, 1, 4 when they said that they were superfecta betting.
Yeah. Oh, hot rod, close. First and third.
That was about as chalky as it gets.
Yeah.
And the bridges are safe.
I know, yeah.
I'm looking at the final pool total. Check this out, Sean. The show pool has $103,000 and the 3 horse has 87,000 of it.
I know. If the what's amazing, Tim, on my stable duel team, right? If the 7 doesn't get disqualified in the first race, I had the first 4 winners. I had Miller, Coldboy, Apple Fest, and Nickety Split. Oh.
Yeah, Dan, I don't understand. And I've don't think I've ever seen another track have a
No.
4-horse race and have the superfecta. They don't have trifectas, much less a superfecta.
Yeah.
There should be no show betting, no trifecta, no superfecta. I don't get how those wagers exist in this race.
No. This horse could be a superstar here at Assiniboia.
Yeah, that was easy. Rashad Knights.
I mean, he was just absolutely like hand riding this thing.
Yeah,
He wouldn't even-
much
yeah,
the best.
Not
And,
even-
and walking up front.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. Yeah. I think she was actually getting a little bored that she was going so slow. She's like, come on, I want to run. He's like, no.
And the funny thing is, Sean, the 2 was doing the same thing. If you look at Bino in the stretch, he did one of those peek between the legs.
Yeah. I got nobody behind me. Yeah, exactly.
And he was coasting as well. He's like, I'm not catching that horse, and I want to make sure nobody's catching me.
The merry-go-round special.
Assiniboia Downs is very pleased to have on hand Wayne King, the CTHS Manitoba director, make a presentation to the winning connections. Also, congratulations goes out to jockey Rashad Knights, who scored.
Sean, you want to take
double.
this, and then
Yeah.
I'll weigh in on my opinion on this.
Yeah, guys, explain this to me. Tri bets used to be $2, and now it's showing 20 cents. Okay, so lower tracks, Neil, to get more bettors, brought the trifectas down to 20 cents so that more players could play. You know, the try, more combinations, more everything. And that's kind of what's happened. Canada was one of the first ones to really do it. Woodbine and them and a whole bunch of things. But yeah, but that's what happened. They just lowered the base wager to 20 cents to get more people to bet the tries and the supers. What do you think of that? Yeah.
And here's the thing, and here's my opinion. And not everybody does 20-cent base bets. And in some places, it's 50 cents. The Canadian tracks definitely do 20 cents. But most of the U.S. tracks, if you look, the base bet for the trifecta is 50 cents. But I'm not a fan. As a matter of fact, I absolutely despise it. And here's why. You're going to have people, and somebody's probably going to do this in the chat right now, is going to say, well, I wouldn't play the tries, or I wouldn't be able to play this wager, or I wouldn't do it, or I wouldn't be able to. And it's an easy way for me to be able to play cheaper and win big. And I'm going to disagree 100% because the lowering the, yes, that may be true to it, and it looks like that to you, but really in the end, what it does is it gives a huge advantage to the big wagerers to spread their wager and play multiple combinations well beyond what the basic horse player can play.
Right,
So
right.
you may think you hit it, but you're not hitting a payout anything like they used to be. I'll tell you, when I used to go to the track, it was nothing unusual for me to hit trifectas that paid $1,000, $2,000. Those don't exist. And I'm talking on a $2 base bet. Those don't exist anymore. Rarely. Even on a $2 base bet, because I still play, because I came up in this game in a time you'll hear me say on the air, like tonight, when earlier I played a $2 trifecta. That's my base. I play a $2 trifecta. My exacta base is normally $5, and these are my minimums that I normally play. And if I'm playing a horizontal structure, even when they're like 20 cents, normally I play a $1 base wager. And that's just the way that I prefer to play it. And you're gonna have it multiple times if it's the lower weight. But I just don't like it, because I wish that they would go back to the bigger base bets, because you may be able to play less combinations, but when you hit, you're going to pay more. It's going to pay more, and I think all the payouts will be more, because it's going to keep the calls from doing what they're doing.
Yep. I agree. Yeah, so Neil, it's very much like a penny machine in a casino. Very much like it. All right, race 5. We're going to turn the page here after our big win here. And we're going to go 5.5 furlongs, claiming purse 13,200 for 3-year-olds and up. 3-year-olds 119, older 124. And we have a full field of 9 here, Tim. Who did you like, my good man?
All right, let me switch gears here. Okay. So in this race, first of all, the one right now being 6-5 off of a 5-1 morning line is just absolutely crazy to me. But I went to the 2. You Enjoy Myself. If you look at this one, that last race, Antonio Whitehall up, coming off a layoff from May, and this horse ran a really good race at this level and going a little bit longer. So now they're coming back sprinting 5.5. And Antonio gets back up. This horse definitely needed that last race, should move forward off of that race. And I think moving forward in this race is enough to win. So I really like the 2 a lot on top.
All right, race number 5.
After that one, I went towards the outside. The number 6, Slews Back. This is one that's getting... Probably you've heard me say this a couple of times tonight, Sean, about Dalrymple and everything and how I don't think he's been riding really well. Well, that's why I say gets probably one of the biggest jockey change upgrades that you can do here, going from that to Demario Bino. So I just think that this horse for Jared Brown getting Bino up, this horse should definitely run better. I'm a firm believer that the rider makes a difference in the race. The horse has got to run the race, and you got to have the horse underneath you. But I think that this horse should definitely improve off of that, and I like the horse a lot. Then I would go to the 1 inside. I don't like the Price Moon Connection, so I didn't expect the 1 to be 3-2 right now. But this horse does make a lot of sense. Coming back second off a claim. If you look, 2 for 3 here to Assiniboia, 7 for 11 in the money, 7 for 11 all time at Assiniboia. So I just definitely think that this horse is one that figures, but I didn't like the horse on top, and I like the horse on top even less at 3-2. I like the 2 a lot at 3-1. If I gave you one more for 5th, one more for 4th, it would be the 5. But the big thing to me about the 5 that I really don't like is the jockey. Paris is struggling. I mean, 45 mounts, and he does have 10 thirds, so that's why to me it's like he's a jockey that I'm going to play underneath only, and 3rd is probably the best that he finishes in this race. But I'm strong on 2 and 6. I could see 2 and 1. But with maybe a 5 underneath all of those. But I really like the 2 a lot on top. And I agree, Mal. I thought the 2 should be the favorite once the money starts coming in. This is what always happens.
Yeah. Now, this is interesting that both are Kurt picks the 9 on top, and the stretch picks the 9 and 3rd. I did not have that one. If the 9 has back class, like where it used to run really well,
like the old baseball call, back, like that far back. Yeah, I can't get to the 9 in this race. I'm sorry.
No, and Bino's long gone when he had good success with him. So so. You know what? This is one of those races, Tim, that I wrote. I just didn't like a lot of horses in this race, So can see we have some thunder here in the Boston area. Yeah, I thought this was an interesting race. 39, 35. The one is 2-1, huh? This is an interesting race. 6 minutes to post. When you look at this race, it's interesting. Okay, Tim, hit the button.
That was fast. Caught me off guard.
And before I do, great welcome to one of our Tim and I great friends. I had the pleasure of spending the weekend with this lovely lady, Mary Elizabeth, Mary Rufo. If you don't follow her on Twitter, please do. One of the sharpest horse racing minds, young minds in our business. And hopefully, Tim, one of these weeks, Mary will be joining us on here.
That would be fun.
Which would be awesome. But yeah, one of the sharpest. Mary, put in your Twitter handle there, because I keep she had the old one that I kept using, which is not smart, but exactly. And but definitely, folks, follow her. She is one of the best minds in our game, and a bright future. Mary,
go ahead. Sean's about to put his bet in, so he'll do that, and you'll get an idea of our picks here.
Yeah. I'm just going 5 to win a place in the 2, Tim. I just think he's the best horse, and I can see 86 exactas. The possibilities that this could be. I just going with the 2. We're gonna try to get a nice win. We just got to win last race. We're gonna try to get some momentum going into the last few legs.
I got to update our bankroll from our winnings last. We won so much.
I skipped this race in stable duel. I was like, I cannot use anybody with like absolute.
All right, so the bankroll is updated, and that includes our winnings from the last and taking out your wager for this one. So I agree. I have the 2 on top as well. I think Sean froze up, or is it me? I'm also going to post this. Yeah, I thought so. I was worried it was me because my internet has been going out all night long, and I've been kicked out a couple of different times here, but I was punching my pick 4 in here. There's the picks there. $1 base wager. It's a guaranteed pool of $50,000. So I always say it's the best bet at Assiniboia. Definitely pays well at times. So that's a $18 pick 4 for a $1 base. And I just punched mine in. Yeah, he completely dropped off, so he must be deep in thought, Trusty. And I really didn't want to put the 1 in on my pick 4, but I don't want to get beat by the 1 in this race. I don't like to play them defensive, but I did have the 1 underneath. Hopefully we get one of the others home. The 6 is a decent price. I love the 5-to-1 price off the 3-to-1 morning line. So let's get the 6 home. Once again, Sean's wager is 5 win in place on the 2. Still got 1 minute to post, which means about 3. Angel says he likes the 268 exacta and likes the 8 to win. Let's see what else we got. Trusty live in a huge pick 3 to the 1-2-5-6. Definitely not huge. Big favorite in the last and the second favorite in the first leg, but hopefully we get the 6 home here. Horses are headed towards the gate. We're going to pull this up real quick so that we can have the race and Sean's knocked off here. All right. There we go. Little behind the scenes action to get that one going. Can you guys hear that music? I'll make sure the sound's working so we can hear the race call. Frank says we're good to go. 56,000 in the pick 4 pool. I would definitely recommend putting in a ticket. I dropped mine in the chat if you want to take a look at that one. Throw that up real quick. This was our bet in this one. Went in place on the 2. I'm still surprised that the 2 is still holding at 3 to 1. I think that's a decent price on that one off a 4 to 1 morning line. The 5 is actually the morning line favorite at 2 to 1 and is holding at 5 to 1. So if you like the 5, who evidently Hot Rod does, says get this 5 home. I will call that a miracle if the 5 gets home. I like the horse. Don't like the jockey. Struggles to bring him home. Frank posted his pick 4 if you guys are interested. 4 through 6, 2, 3, 3, 5, 8, 10, and 3 single. All right. Frank, we agree on that single in the last. I think we got some crossover there. The 8 sneaky in that third leg, Frank. I like that 8 in that third leg. Jorge has the 2 horse. I agree, Jorge. That's who I like. Sheldon is going 1-2 with the 6-7 try. I'm confused on how we're playing that as a try.
Post time.
James White's got a daily double 249 with 489. Win, place, and show on the 4. On the 6 here. Got you. I misread the pick 4 thing, so I thought you had 4, 5, and 6. So singling the 6 will work for me, Frank.
Favorite, the first one.
Get it home.
You Enjoy Myself is in. Life's Adventure walks in. Little restless in the gate. And steps back out.
Sean was getting some lightning there in the area. I guess it knocked his internet out.
Once again, securely loaded. Here comes Cajun Birdie. Next up, Best of Greeley.
4's up to 110,000. Let's get that home.
Miko Mackey now steps up and in. As does Ethan's Animal. Just 2 left to load. Freemaker to the outside. And now just waiting on Slew.
Yeah, Dan, that's kind of how I saw it. The 2 looks like should run away from this group. We'll see.
The field is set. They're at the post. Life's Adventure and You Enjoy Myself, a little fractious, but settled. And they're off. From the middle, that Slew's back, showing good early speed with Miko Mackey, painted on the outside. Cajun Birdie trying to secure the rail, making it 3 across. A gap of 4 lengths back. Moon Connection, Enjoy Myself.
6 went off as the favorite. Late
Adventure,
money came in really
Ethan's
heavy.
Animal
Even
running
money.
as a quartet. Right behind them, that's going to be Best of Greeley. And the trailer, Freemaker. 23-3, the opening quarter. Miko Mackey now grabs a lead by a length. Slew's back, trying to battle back on the inside.
Wow. No, Neil, I lost my internet and lost everything. It buzzed for a second, and I had to put the window back in and share it again. Yes, Felipe, the 6 lost. The 7 got out front and didn't look back. Dane Dawkins at 7-1. I got to go back and see what I missed about this one. And Sean just sent me a message, said he lost power. So
Stewart's opposed to number 7, Miko Mackey, as your race winner. Second goes to number 6, Slew's back. Third to number 5, Best of Greeley. And fourth to number 1, Moon Connection. They went the opening quarter 23-3, the half 46-4. 5 furlongs, 59-3. Time for the 5.5 furlongs, 106-3.
well, I'm out of the pick 4 and leg 1. And the 2 did nothing. Okay, that was the weirdest race of the night so far. That was the first time we've not even been close. Anybody have that 7? Trying to see if anybody had the 7. I don't think so. I don't remember anybody at all talking about the 7.
Now entering the winner's enclosure, the official winner of KT's Hooked on Retirement race. That's number 7, Miko Mackey. Miko Mackey is a big gelding, 4 years old, by Hyper. Out of the mare, Miss Curly Q by Estevan. Owned by TP Racing, trained by Maria Stanford, and ridden to victory by Dane Dawkins. Time for the 5.5 furlongs, 106 3. Race 5 is official in the upcoming
I can't
6th
get
race.
there.
D. Hawthorne's Memorial Day at the
Yeah, exactly,
track.
my thought. So
There are no changes. Post time for race.
all right, we'll mute that for now. Yeah, if you weren't looking at the stats, Dane Dawkins has had 20 mounts. He's got 2 seconds and 3/3. Did not have a win, but he does now. But even without him, I had trouble getting there with that horse. But he did have back-to-back gate-to-wire wins at 5 claimers, and then stepped up to 7,500 last time out. Didn't do too much in that race, drops back down, wins again. Congrats to that one. Yep. Mouth, I think that one screwed everybody. But, you know what we say, turn the page. We still got 3 more races. Plenty of time to turn it around. We're 5 in and only down 40 of our 100. Lots of time to turn things around. And this race is kind of interesting, so maybe we can catch something here. All right. Wide open, no real idea. I got some ideas. We'll talk about it here in a second. So definitely the track is playing to speed, though. If we're seeing what's happening so far, it definitely looks like that speed has done pretty well all night long. And he's back.
He's back. I guess my horse that lost power like I did, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't get to see the race.
I mean, he was second all the way around, but that 7 just got out front and didn't look back. And
Oh,
those 2 kind of ran, merry-go-round all the way around the track.
okay. Gotcha. Thank you, Dennis. Sean is back again. Tell a friend.
Guess who's back?
Yeah.
Back again.
Yeah. We're been having some bad thunderstorms up here. You could probably hear it in the background.
Yes, I heard it earlier, and then you were out, and I said that before I even saw your message that I bet you lost power with the storm.
Yeah. But oh well, exactly.
But I was just saying, Sean, we turned the page and we still got $61 of our Hunter bankroll and only 3 races left. Lots of time to turn it around, and I think this is a race where we can do it.
Yes. I like a horse in this race.
I've got a thought that is kind of a little bit stronger after seeing the way things have been going tonight. So
Okay, let's see here. Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay. This is your race, right? Yeah.
yes.
Okay. So let me see here. Hold on a second here. Let me see. Okay, let me get my notes here together. And let's see what we got here. Okay. This is race 6, right? Yeah. Okay.
It is.
Right. Yeah. My first pick was Damn the Torpedoes, the 8 horse. Badri Anderson. I believe they're right. Do they have a win tonight already? Was that Bino that won with Anderson? Okay. Yeah, the 8. I like the fact that Wendy Anderson brought this horse back in a stakes race. Stalk forced the pace 5 wide, but finished again. But that was against Sophia's Storm and Burrow Down and Mechanic Susie. There's no those 3 horses in here tonight, and I think this horse is back down to its regular level. You get Badri, the top rider. I know they're over 6 together, which is interesting. Wendy Anderson and Badri, but this looks like to me the best horse. I know that this is an interesting horse that Hot Rod was asking me earlier about the 9 Taking It All. Larry Gano obviously and he's the owner too. If you look at this horse, he's run some good races, but often comes up a little bit short, but has been running very well lately. And notice that Larry owns this horse. A little surprised he's 6-1 on the board, given how hot Jerry Gorno is. But I thought that was an interesting. Yeah, the 9 is definitely going to go here. But I did have him as my second pick. Anything Gorno sitting right now. Now I don't know who Larry Gorno Jr. is. Yeah, Tim, this is a new figure, huh?
Yes.
Now we got the son training here. So I thought that was interesting. And the third, and really could be the second pick, is Distinctive Deb. Just tried way too tougher last time, but back down to the more realistic level. Ali has ridden this horse very well with the first and the second. So far, already had good success with this horse. And I think this horse is going to be tough in here. A little bit of a long shot play here. I actually like the 3 to get possibly in the board with Pruitt and for Maria Stanford, who's had a lot of long shots, but she's 3 for 29 and 8 out of 29 in the money. I thought maybe if the pace up front disintegrates a little bit, this horse could had really some big back class when won 4 races in a row in Assiniboia with the weight. Maybe this 3 could shock the field at 14-1. So that was my 4th pick, and I also used her in Stable Duel. So I was, to recap, 8, 9, 1, and 3.
All right. So earlier, Sean, you and I hit a trifecta. We had the same picks, and Formula had completely different picks and didn't bet our picks. So we had the exact same, which we do a lot. But this is not one of those races.
Okay, got it.
We have completely different picks. Although I do like the horses that you listed underneath, but I'm gonna talk about a couple of others.
Sure.
Okay. Load Abroad. All
Yeah.
right. It is a speed horse, and this horse has won 3 in a row. And if you look, this horse was claimed last time out. And I just think that if you look, it was claimed by different owners for A2 thoroughbreds, which we definitely know run really well. And Michael Nault, he had this horse running well. Now it goes to the Jared Brown barn, DeMario Bino getting up. Speed is doing really well up front. This horse is going to be on the front end. But this could be a bit of a speed battle because I think the 4 has got good speed as well. And these two, to me, I think they're the speediest of the bunch. And they're not 2 horses that back up a whole lot, and they just might get out front and run away from this field, especially given the way the track is playing. Now, if you're talking cheap speed, I think the 9 is that horse, and the 9 is the horse that gets out and kind of loses ground late, although that's been against some better fields, at different tracks. But I do think that the horse has a tendency to back up a little bit. But I love the 2 and the 4 on top. And then my third pick is the 8, Damn the Torpedoes. So for all the reasons you mentioned, getting Baudry up, I definitely think that this is one that could compete. Was in stakes last time out, so is dropping down. This horse is definitely, if you look at last year, lots of stakes on the card there. But the only time the horse won was when she dropped down to the allowance optional claiming, which happens to be where we're at now. So definitely could be competitive in the race, but I think she wants more distance. And she's going to be coming after the leaders. But the thing is, to me, the speed is holding pretty well tonight, and I'm not sure she's going to be able to run them down. So I do think that she's the most likely candidate to come running at the 2 and the 4. And then the horse I did have next is Kate's Princess. I love this horse, but Sean, she's 9 years old, and it's starting to show. So the races this year are not the races we saw from her the last couple of years. I do agree, and the reason that I put her underneath a little bit is I think the 10 pounds as she gets a little bit older might help her a little bit in this spot. This is the cheapest spot that she's been in a while. So dropping down again off the allowance optional claimers that she was in even the last 2 times out. But even in those races, Sean, she didn't threaten much and didn't do too much. So I'm always rooting for her, but I just think that she's headed the wrong way as a 9-year-old mare.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing about the 9 to me, you always gotta look at the shippers. You always gotta look at anything with the Gorno name in the training barn, although this is Larry Gorno Jr. And his record is 0-0-0-0, hasn't run a horse. So different Gorno this time, not the ones that we've seen running, the other 2 running so far this year. Does put Whitehall up. So it definitely interesting. You'll have to see what the horse does here. But I wonder if this horse, but has some speed as well, and has been out. If you look at back on the 1st of April, that 5.5 furlongs that she ran that day, she won that race by 10.5 on the front end. So definitely one to consider here in this spot, especially with Whitehall. But the thing about it to me is Whitehall, and we've talked about it a lot. You hear Sean and I say it all the time. I love Whitehall going longer. The shorter we go, the less I like him.
Yeah. No, I concur with that statement. I totally concur. Neil's got a 4-5-8.
Didn't talk about the 5. Let me take a look. 5, Island High. Yeah, definitely has had a couple of races to where it looks like was closing up from just off the pace, 2 and 3 back. It's a competitive field, Sean, for sure, and that's why.
Oh yeah, I agree.
That's why I said that we could definitely start hitting some prices here. And I didn't even talk about Distinctive Deb and this horse right now. If you look up on the board and this is your 5-2 favorite. So Mike Taphorn hasn't started out the way that he started last year.
No, exactly.
Especially not on top. He's got 9 seconds, but this is another one dropping down from mistakes. Last time that she was at this level, 2 back, she won with Ali up, and Ali gets back aboard.
Yeah.
But again, that was another one closing up on 6. She did go 5. If you look, she did go 5, 3 back, and was closing up and needed more distance, just getting beat ahead. So maybe she likes the 5.5. I think she prefers 6. If you look at the distance, she does have 3 wins and 7 races at the distance. So this is a tough race.
Yeah. Hey, Mark Randall. Yeah, the 4 is the daily double favorite in this one. Dan 6 and 9, the youngsters. This race seems like it could have a lot of variance. I spread here and pick 4. Yep. James White's got exacta box 2358. And our boy from Australia, Fap Fap. Hello, sir. How are you? Down under. Hope all's well. Yeah, Dan says even if you like a favor on top, should pay okay. You get double-digit horses and exotics. I agree. I agree.
All right, Sean, I better put this up here. So I'm just going to play my gut here. I'm going to bet the way that I see the race here. It's not the way that they see it on the track there, but I'm going to play the 2 horses I like out front, the 2 horses that I think are going to be the speed in here because of the way speed is holding. So I'm going to play a 2-4 with 189. This will cost you $12. A $2 try.
There you go.
Yeah, Dan, that's what I'm doing. I'm playing my opinion. It probably differs from a lot of people, and that's why this is a really good betting race.
Yeah, no, I agree. I could totally agree on that one.
If you have an opinion here, bet it for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a wide open affair.
Yeah, Joseph, I saw that. 5 horses climbed out of the last race.
Yeah, crazy, huh?
Take $12 out of the bankroll.
Yep.
I love it. Says 0 minutes, and now the graphic says 2 minutes.
I know, exactly. Yep.
Dan is keying the 6 in his tries with the 2, 4, 8, 9.
Notice Dan Torpedo's gone a little cold there. Interesting that the 4 is 9-2, but yet is the low double by a field goal. Isn't that amazing?
Exactly.
I mean, that you really don't see that much almost at any track. Hammered in the double, but not on the board. You know. That's interesting. Kate's Prince is at 35-1.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I always root for her, but in the interest of the wager,
Yeah.
I had to leave her out, leave out the old lady.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. Yeah, no doubt. Thank you to everyone joining us tonight. Dennis likes the 6 a little bit too much underneath. Hey, Dennis, what was your question about this weekend's racing? Or did you already ask it?
He did not.
Oh, okay. Nice. We have a question about this weekend's races. This race is really confusing to me, especially with those doubles. You know,
Yes.
makes no sense.
I didn't ignore you. I didn't see your question. Now I'm ignoring you, Dennis.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it after this race.
Yeah. Rick's got a 1 with the 2, 4, 8, 9 exacta box. Good luck, my friend. Two, 4, 2, 4, 1, 8.
Looks like we got wagers going all over the place here. So
Yeah.
which just shows the kind of wagering race it is. I think it's pretty.
Oh, yeah, it's exciting. Yeah, no, I
Let
agree.
me hit the volume here.
And they're off.
Taking it all. Showing good early speed with Summit Up on the inside. On the rail, that's Kate's Princess. Moving up sharply, Lona Broad settled back in 4th. Damn the Torpedoes moving up in 5th. Then it's Island High, Tavaline, Distinctive Deb looking for a little bit of room. And Sharp Likeness, the early trailer. 23-2 the opening quarter. Taking it all with the lead by a neck. But Summit Up says, I want it.
The 2 going.
It is going to get it.
The
That
2
opening
just
quarter,
checked.
23-2. They hit the head of
We're
the
done.
lead. And it's Summit Up now with the lead by 3.
That
Trying
2
to
had all
rally
kinds of
on the
momentum and
inside,
check,
Kate's
and now they're not
Princess
even trying.
taking it all in 2nd. And moving up Island High. But this is Summit Up is going to win by 5. Island High second best. Third's going to go to Kate's Princess. Close for 4th.
Hey, you got 3rd at 50-1, I think. 4, was it 4 what?
It was 4-5.
Oh. Boy, what'd the 4 go off at? Because that was a gift from the doubles.
The 4 was 4-1.
Wow. What a given by the doubles, huh?
Kate's Princess, there we said it, that
Yeah.
horse loves to finish
Yeah.
3rd. And with Sierra getting 10 pounds, that's why I had her 3rd and I didn't even listen to myself.
Yeah. Iron Stable Duel for 30.
Man, watch the replay of that race though. That 2 was loaded from the back and was starting to run, and then completely checked up, and the jockey stood up.
Forward off a 2-1. Wow. Yeah, Mark. Yeah, that.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
look at
So
that. Yeah.
big drop.
The Stewards
My
opposed to number
ADW still
4,
showing
sum it
4.
up as your race winner. Second goes to number 5, Island High. Third to number 3, Kate's Princess. A photograph has been called to determine the the fourth place finisher. They went the opening quarter 23-2, the half 46-1, 5 furlongs, 58-4. Time for the 5.5 furlongs, a really quick 105-1. Number 9, Taking It All, finishing 4th.
Yeah, I think that 9 needed a race. That was a good play to put the 9 in third, you know. The end of the Torpedoes, I thought was making a huge move, and they made no move. Good job, Frank. Way to go. Hit the try for a buck. Yeah, Frank loved that 3 as well. Yeah. Very impressive. Very impressive.
Now entering the winner's enclosure, the official winner of the D. Hawthorne Memorial Day at the track, that's number 4, Sum It Up. Sum It Up is a chestnut mare, 7 years old, by Sum of the Parts. Under the mare, Cataballerina by Tabasco Cat. Owned by James Parisian, trained by Steve Kaplan Jr., and ridden to victory by Sven Balru. Time for the 5.5 furlongs.
Jesus.
105-1.
That's crazy, huh?
Race 6 is official in the upcoming
best.
7th
Said that
race.
one was going to
Our
pay if you called it.
VIP Fan of the Night race. Kicking off our first of 2 classic
Nice hit,
9-5
Frank.
races. There are no changes.
Nice job, Frank.
Full time for race number 7. 14
Well done.
minutes away.
Very nice job, Frank.
All right, 2 more to go, Sean.
We're going to win. Yep. We're going to get this and win. I like it.
And ladies and gentlemen, we've drawn our winning ticket in tonight's 50-50 draw. That
We'll
winning
stay
number,
tuned. Yep.
9867583.
There you go.
Once again, the winning ticket in tonight's 50-50 draw.
Did anyone have the winning ticket in the 50-50 draw?
7583. Congratulations, you've won $1,110.
Wow.
If you are on hand, please report to guest services
Good
on the main
job.
floor south end to claim your prize.
Wow. Dennis just won $1,000. There you go.
No, he didn't, because Dennis is not in Manitoba.
All right. We have 13 minutes left until race 7. They're going late again.
Yes, especially
Welcome
with
to-
the headed race tonight.
Yeah, that is right. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. And this race is the 7th race, claiming 10,000 for 3-year-olds and up, which have not won a race since January 8th. And we're going 7.5 furlongs. Tim, what say you, my friend?
I say better talk about Dennis's question before he
Oh
thinks
yeah, okay, yeah.
we're completely ignoring him here. He's asking about the Indiana Derby and the day at the track.
Okay.
Why were you mad about how fast the times of the race were? Mad that Vargas didn't get the mount back. That's a personal thing for you. I get it. Honestly, I'll tell you this, Dennis. I get that you see a horse like that for connections like that. You love that Vargas has been getting them out, but he haven't been getting it done. And you know, I think that the jockey move was actually a good one. And
yeah,
I was actually hoping that Publisher, it was time for that horse to run the race. But the two horses I honestly liked, and Sean will tell you, I put it in our chat under Publisher. I was rooting for Publisher and trying to get that one home on top to be a part, but I had Tip Top Thomas and Coal Battle. And those were the two horses that finished first and second. And Tip Top Thomas, that was a pretty impressive performance, despite the fact that the track was playing to speed, because if you look at the horse that went out in that race, putting up blistering fractions, and Tip Top Thomas was right there and still was able to hold on. And I know the track was speed favoring, but to hold on after being a part of that kind of speed battle and those kinds of fractions and set a track record. So pretty impressive. Look forward to seeing Tip Top Thomas come back. It's hard when you look at races and you see a track and you're like, well, it was speed favoring that day. Well, hell, isn't Saratoga speed favoring every damn day?
Yeah.
It's like there are tracks that's just how they play. And you know, the thing is, every horse in every race is running on the same track. So you just have to play it out. And I thought it was a good race. I thought it was a good race. And, you know, Johnny B goes up there. He said it was only the second time that he had ever been there, despite the fact that the on-air people at NYRA kept saying it was his first time ever there. Johnny B did an interview after the Derby and said, no, it wasn't. It was the second time. So they were wrong. I think he knows that he was there before. But he had a hell of a day, and great ride on that horse, and congrats to the connections. Be interested to see where Tip Top Thomas goes next, because that's a horse that I've cashed on a couple of times, and I like that horse. Yeah, I mean, it was speed bias a whole day. I get it, but that's what I'm saying. Saratoga speed bias a whole day, every day, just about.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Some tracks they've just been playing fast lately in a lot of places.
Yeah, a lot of places.
I just don't think they're putting a lot of water in the tracks, and they've been really dry. And
no, I agree.
All right, but with that being said, Sean, let's go ahead and move on here.
Yeah. And who did you like here, Tim, in race number 7?
Okay, so obviously you look up at the odds right now, and this 9 currently sitting at 5-2 off a 20-1 morning line. I don't think that's holding. Okay. As a matter of fact, I'd be shocked, but it's a shipper, and we've seen these these Turf Paradise shippers come in this year, and they've actually done pretty well. But this is not going to stay. I think most likely the 5 is going to be the favorite in here. Was the morning line favorite, Jamming Eddie. This is one that is coming back. Has been claimed a couple of times already this year, but now we get second time off the claim here, and that last race was really good at 7 furlongs, and now we're going 7.5. So this one was closing up on the pace that day, and we'll definitely like the extra half furlong here. But I'm going to try to beat Jamming Eddie, and I'm going to Poderoso Equus, the number 3.
Yeah.
So, and I look up and Kurt and Stretch are both picking this horse, but look, third off a layoff. And Sean, what did I just say in the last race about Antonio Whitehall?
Yeah. The best 2 turn. Yeah.
When the races go 2 turns, check and see which horse Whitehall is on.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. The morning line was definitely off, but the horse is not going to be the 5-2 favorite.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
I
agree.
But I really think that the 3 has a strong shot in here. The Gardapi barn has been doing really well. So I just I'm going to try to beat the 5 with the 3. The third horse I had in here was the 1 double time. If you look, this horse was in a 3,000 claimer 2 back, and that doesn't look very good, but it was a 5 furlong sprint. And if you look, this horse went extremely wide in that race and just stayed at the back and never made an impact. But last time they actually took the horse and moved the horse up in class, albeit a 7 furlong race, but move. Moved the horse up to a 4,500 claimer and was on the speed and just got beat late in that race.
Yeah.
Now drops back down to a 3,000 claimer and gets an extra half furlong. I think this horse is going to be the speed, is going to be out front. And I don't expect the horse to hold on to win, but I think that he holds on for a piece. So I definitely like him for an underneath piece. So 3, 5, and 1 for me, Sean.
Yeah.
But I really do like the 3, not just the Whitehall angle. I absolutely love the 3 here.
Yeah. Hit the button, Tim. No way.
Crazy on the end. There's a ghost in the machine tonight.
There is, Zach. Yep. I'm just doing 10 to win a place in the 3. This is my play of the night. I think it's going to bring us right back up to,
I like it.
Going to bring us right back up to where we belong.
Yeah, Dan, I don't know if you remember in my in my pick 4 that I put out there, I had the 8 in play as well. The 8 is another one. The 8 was actually my 4th horse. I put it in the pick 3 trying to beat the favorite here. But I definitely think that the 8 could be interesting in this spot. But the thing about the 8 to me is that this horse just keeps backing up. It's like show speed and backs up, show speed and backs up, show speed and backs up. So I had it as an underneath play, but definitely if improves, could definitely be there. And that's why I had it in my pick 4.
Yeah.
Well, Paul, if you look at my pick 4 earlier, and I think I wasn't alone in a couple of people that posted pick 4s, several of us singled the 3 in the last race as in our horizontals.
Yeah. 3-3 could be, Paul, solid double there. No doubt.
Looks like it.
No doubt, Paul. If anyone was following, I do the picks on the Woodbine Mohawk show every Tuesday night. I had 7 winners tonight.
Nice. Way to go, Sean.
Thank you, sir.
So, Sean, the double will pays right now have 3 over 5 by very little bit, by just $1,
Okay.
24.20 to 25.50, and then the pick 3 actually has the 5 over the 3 by $1.
Okay, there you go. Okay,
So it's those two pretty close.
pretty close. Okay,
That's the way I had it, was 3, 5,
yeah,
and
very
then
solid.
1.
Yeah, very solid.
And if you look at the will pays right now, after those two, it's the 8.
It's the 8. Okay,
So it's 3, 5, and 8, 5, 3, and 8.
okay, like it.
And the 8 is over $10 behind in the double, but only $1 behind the 3 in the pick 3.
Oh wow. Okay. This is definitely an interesting race. This is what makes them so challenging, which I think is exciting. You know.
Yes.
Thank you to everybody for joining us tonight. So appreciate it. Got over 240 people. One Los Costa Ebajo. We're almost to the starting gate, Tim. Now we're down to 2 to 1. I still think that's a good price on them. If we start going lower, I'll be a little bit worried.
I wish it wasn't that low, but I definitely agree. Makes sense. And the exact is right now, Sean, the 3, 5 and the 5, 3 are both paying the exact same thing. And that's $27 for 2, which is not bad.
That's not bad at all. Wow, so 3, 5 has been the same as 5, 5, 3 has been the same as 3, 5. Wow. That's incredible. Very interesting. Starting to get to the starting line now. 2 minutes to. Have we gotten the 2 minutes?
7.5. They crossed the wire twice, looking for their first win in an awful long time for some of them. Let's start with the 3, getting 2 to 1. Don't like the price, but this horse is sitting on a win. We'll need a pace battle early, try to pass them late. Runs back to some of the races from last year, makes this horse a strong contender. Just need a bit better value. Another one to consider could be the speed of the speed. That's the 8, getting 9 to 2. Last time had to battle early and just ran out of gas late. And how about you need a long shot? Let's go to the 7, 19 to 1. This horse is another one that makes a late move. Try to pick up the pieces late, and you get paid if it wins. But let's go 3, 8, and 7. Kurt?
Yeah, Stretch, we're hoping for a pace battle on the front end.
The 3 Poderoso did finish with horse
You're the
last
same
time
3
out.
horses.
Only
Interesting.
lost
Huh?
by 2 lengths.
Yeah, it
Over
is.
2 lengths in the end. We'll appreciate the extra half a furlong today, but there has to be a battle up front. Number 8, Orcadian Storm. Speed killed them the last 2 races. If Orcadian Storm does shake free in here,
Paul is
that
our
loose and easy lead
number
and a
1
breather
fan
in
tonight. He's
between,
going to meet the
it's the
dawn.
one to try and
He's
wire
gonna
them. I agree with you
The
on number
sun will
7,
be up
Last
when this
Renegade.
thing is done.
Waiting for this horse to make that big late rally. Has shown a bit in the last couple, and another big bomb, number 4, running for cover. If it can run back to a couple of those Century Mile races, this might blow up the tote board, but I'm going to give you 3, 8, and 7. Good luck here in race 7.
They're giving you both 3, 8, and 7, but yet the 5's low
It's now
exactly.
2 minutes to post time at ASD.
Is that correct?
What's that, Sean? I'm sorry.
That's the 3. Yeah, the 3, 5 is the low exactly, but they're giving you 3, 8, 7. You know?
Yeah. They're neither one of them are picking the 5.
Huh. In's got a super on the 9-10 with 3, 4, 9, 10 with 110 with all. Okay, so 9-10 with 3, 4, 9, 10 with all. Ethan's got a 1, 3, 5, 9, 10 straight. Good luck, Ethan. 250 people joining us tonight. We'll
Paul
love to
said
have
it's
you all.
4:22 over there, and there's still one more race. He is
I
gonna
know.
meet the dawn this morning.
He is amazing.
We floated up a little bit, Sean. We went from 2 to 1 to 5 to 2. I like
Yeah,
that.
I like that. I like that. Yeah.
It's post time.
Post time.
Here's your ice code high 5. You ready, Sean?
Front gates
Yeah.
are open.
We're
for
going 3, 5,
Arcadian
8,
Storm
7,
to go
1.
in.
3, 5, 8, 7, 1.
3, 5, 8, 7, 1. Ice cold. Super. 5, 5s. Yep.
Not a cat, but a card is in. Poderoso a key. The 5 to 2 slight favorite is in.
Not a cat, but a card used to be Roger
Running for
Adfield
cover,
way
walks
back
up
in the
and in.
day.
Here comes Jamming Eddie.
Jamming Eddie. Square Eddie. One of my favorite horses in California. Mr. Rhythm.
Last Renegade. It will be next. Here comes Incredible.
Incredible.
Anti-Reen to the outside.
Interesting that they're circling
Just
the
2
1
left
and
to
leaving
load.
1 last.
Yeah.
Double time on the inside. And now just waiting on reserve proof. The field is set. They're at the post. Double time practice in the gates.
Well, the 1, geez, the 1s are having
Now
tough
settled.
times tonight. Oh, wow. They're going to have to look at him, I would think.
Once again, they're set. They're at the post.
Wow.
And they're off.
I was going to say he's going to come out like a shot.
Was Last
Yeah,
Renegade. Arcadian Storm quickly goes out to grab the early lead, but Incredible will put on the pressure 2 wide. 3 wide, Irene. Settling right back, moving up, not a cap, but a card on the inside. Jam and Eddie in between horses. Another 2 lengths back to Reserve Proof and Double Time running as a pair. 3 more to Poderoso Aki and the 2 trailers are going to be
24,
running
that's
for
quick.
cover. And last, Renegade. 24-1. A quick opening quarter.
That's very
and it's
quick.
Arcadian Storm.
We have a 47.
Nursing the lead by 3 lengths. Incredible back in second. Moving up on the rail. That's going to be not a cap, but a card. Jam and Eddie to the outside. Then it's
Need
back
Antonio
to
to get
Reserve
moving.
Proof.
Yeah, where is Antonio?
47-4. The half mile.
He's coming on the
Arcadian
outside now, but maybe
Storm
too late.
is
He's
up
trying.
by 4, hitting the head of the lane. Jam and Eddie and
Come on, Antonio.
Irene.
Come
Gonna
on now,
try and make
Antonio.
up some ground
Here
on
he
the
comes. Come on
outside.
now, Antonio.
Arcadian
Get
Storm,
this
the
going now.
legs,
Get
and
this
lead
one.
us
Here he comes.
shortened. Jam
Flying.
and Eddie.
Come on, Antonio.
Get up, Antonio.
Come on, Antonio. Come on, get up.
And Irene
Get up. Get up. Get up.
is going to get it done. Very close for second and third between Jam and Eddie and Irene. Fourth is going to go to Acadian Storm, and fifth, not a cat, but a card.
How good is Antonio around?
I'm telling you, when it gets to 2 turns, I said put him on top.
Yeah,
he measures it. He knows how to bring it home.
Yep. Yep.
I got the exacta, but I didn't get my try.
Yeah. Was the 5 second or no?
Yeah. The 5
Yeah.
held on to second, so it's 3-5. So I got the exacta, but I did not have the 10. And then the 8, I had the 3-5-8, but I did not have 3-5-10.
Okay.
So that 10 jumped up and cost me the try, but I did have the exacta.
Nice. 5 to 2.
Number 3.
There you go.
Also a key.
Not a bad one.
As your race winner,
No, we'll
a
take that.
photograph has been called to determine the place and show positions. They went the opening quarter 24-1, the half 47-4, 6 furlongs 114-2, 7 furlongs 128-4. Time for the 7.5 furlongs 135-4.
Put that 5 up a second. Yes. We both got
Results
the
of the
exact.
photo show number 5, Jam and Eddie. Finishing second. Third goes to number 10, Irene. Fourth to number 8, Arcadian Storm. And
No,
fifth,
you had 3, 5,
number
8.
2, not a cat, but a
No.
card.
3-5-8 in my try.
Thanks, Mark. Much appreciated. Thank you, David. Much appreciated.
The 3-1, Mel, I thought.
Can you believe 3-5 went up to 16-1?
I
$16.
mean,
$16
I
for
thought it was
$1.
crazy. I mean, I bet a $5 exacta box, but it was
Yeah.
just like
The 3-8 became the favorite. Wow, that's amazing.
we'll take it.
Now entering the winner's enclosure, the official winner of our VIP Fan of the Night race. That's number 3, Poderoso Aki. Poderoso Aki is a chestnut gelding, 10 years old, by 15 Love. Out of the mare Budget Zapper by Go Zapper. Owned by Black Diamond Stable and Napoleon Mike. Trained by Tom Gardaby Jr. And ridden to victory by Antonio
It cost me
Whitehall.
my second try of the night, Sean.
I know, huh?
135.
Well, we got 760 and 340, so that's $11, and we got it 5 times. That's 55.
Yeah, 55.
Congratulations goes out to
Right,
trainer
there you go.
Tom Gardaby Jr., who scores the double. 2 wins for trainer Tom Gardaby Jr. Race 7 is official in the upcoming 8th race. Classic high five
That
wagering.
puts us back at
Scratch number
84.50.
1,
All right,
Corando,
right there, right
and
there.
scratch number 11, Addie's Thunder. Classic
Oh,
high
that try.
five
Look at that.
wagering.
109
will
for
go to
20
post
cents.
in
I
14
know, huh?
minutes.
Oh, that's a $1,000 try for 2.
No.
After the final race, be sure to head up to the clubhouse
But we're
for our
right back in.
popular Crazy Hour. Beer, shots, and wine, $5 and 25% off all appetizers. And a $500 Crazy Hour free cash draw will take place at 11:30 p.m. in the VLT Lounge.
Not bad. My exacta paid $80.50 for a $10 wager.
That's nice.
I mean, he's out of the picture right here, Sean. You look and it's like
Oh yeah, yeah.
Whitehall's not even there, and then he
No,
just
exactly.
just measures it when it's 2 turns, man.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Look right here, he'll come into the picture. There he comes, and he's like got to circle them all. Not too wide into the turn. He's out in about the 6th path,
Yeah,
and now it's
exactly.
just mow them down.
Yeah, now it's just Antonio being Antonio.
All right, enough of
Yeah,
that
Cool's
music.
cucumber. Yeah, I agree. Paul Cool's cucumber. And now Tim's gonna get us a winning night.
No pressure.
No. No pressure. No pressure. Did the one come in there at all? No.
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 I was trying to see where he was too, but he was nowhere in the top.
No one on top. Okay.
Let's see if I can see him here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him in the red there with the white hat, 2 off the rail in the
Okay,
second
yeah.
group there.
Hmm.
Looks like he got 6, Sean.
He got 6. Okay. Got it. Okay.
Did you have that in stable duel?
Yeah. I no. I had everyone else had the 1.
Oh, good.
I had the 3. Exactly.
All right, let me take one more quick look here.
Yeah. All right. Bobby D trying to finish strong here with 3-2-6 with 5-9. Good luck, Bobby D. Now just need Antonio win the nightcap to make it a really great night. Yeah, he's got a chance, my friend. He has got a chance here for sure.
$5,000 claimer for 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 2 races, Sean.
Yeah. Love it. Right up your alley. Good luck, Groundhog. Groundhog, another 2 impressive wins for Junior on Saturday and Sunday. Our boy is riding well. If anyone can pick it out, it's Tim in this thing here. Who had the best win? And sadly to say, it's not my horse, but Tim, I'll tell you right now, I'm not inventing the wheel here in this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 3, then 5, then 3, 5, and I did not like the 9. Or was it 3, 5, 2 is what I was. 3, 5, 2.
Makes a lot of sense.
Didn't get too cute with this one.
Interesting that Gorno and Baudry scratch out.
I know, yeah. That's what I thought was interesting, too. He looks good out there. Kentucky Jake, Kentucky Bear. Over 240 people. Thank you to everybody joining us tonight. Late into the evening. Do you head out for your vacation tomorrow, Tim?
Yes, tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Flying out tomorrow morning.
Oh, good. There you go. How old are the kids?
So the girls are 4.
Okay.
And then the little man's going to be, he's going to turn 1 while we're there.
Oh, so exciting. So exciting. Love that. Love that.
Well, it's a Spanish name, Colin. San Antonio. I'm going to San Antonio.
He's going to San Antonio to see Antonio. Remember me.
I wish Spain. Colin, it's all in the shirt.
Look at that. Yep.
They're going to win. They're going to win this semifinal matchup against PSG, which is really like a final, and then they'll coast through the final.
Love it. Yeah, to everybody down there in Texas. Yeah, our thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, it's pretty ugly down there in parts for sure.
Yeah. Definitely our thoughts and prayers to all of you out there in Texas. And New Mexico, yep. Rio Downs, I heard you got a lot of,
All right, Sean, I'm going to take one more quick look here.
Okay. Yeah. Take your time. Ain't going anywhere. Rick Alfred is on the 9. Good luck, Rick. Oh, good, Groundhog. That's great news to hear. Kentucky Jake. Antonio going for the daily double.
I think this 4, there's some interest there, Sean.
Yeah. Okay,
If you look at this horse's last race, which a lot of people are going to do, this horse was 6 beaten 73 lengths. Okay.
Yeah.
But that was a 7.5 furlong, and this horse doesn't want any part of that. What I think they were doing, if you look, the first 2 races were 5 and 5.5, and the horse was hanging. So a lot of times, I've talked about this before on the show. A lot of times you'll see a trainer go from a sprint to a route to try to help with some of that stamina back to a sprint. So sprint to route to sprint angle. You know, the route doesn't necessarily have to be anything super competitive. It's just trying to make the horse run a longer distance to build in that stamina to where they go back to the sprint, and hopefully they can, carry it just a little bit longer. But this horse, if you look at the first 2 races at 5 and 5.5, this horse is right there, second in both of those races.
Yeah.
And Sherry Lang has been doing pretty decently.
She has,
4, 5, and 8 and 40 starts.
Three's down to 8 to 5 now.
Had to let my dog in. She was dying because I was in here alone.
Shameless plug, but giving the Tuesday night crowd first shot to sign up. There you go. Love it, Colin. Love it.
Check that out.
Yeah, absolutely. For sure.
All right, 9 boys closing out, going 5.5 furlongs, most of them looking for their second lifetime win. Let's start with the speed. It's been working out well, going short today. That's the 5. Last time out, didn't have a nice trip. 2 back, good speed at a tougher level, and 3 back as well, good speed. I think this is the right distance. He can clear and just kind of keep going. Wouldn't go any lower than 2-1. Top pick. The 3 horse last time ran a nice race, ran second, lost to the lone speed. Needs the speed to back up to get there. A bit of a better price at 9-2 is the 2 horse. Also drops in class. Might get the best trip of the bunch. Let's go 5, 3, and 2. Kurt.
Yeah, Stretch, I went to 3 Kentucky Jake, sitting on a win after back-to-back third-place finishes. Ran second last time out, but that was back on short rest. Got the 2 weeks this time. I think he'll be sitting in a stalking role. I do like the 5, Suit Me Up Charlie. This could be the speed of the race if it shows that speed it previously did at a higher level. And number 7, No, I Won't Back Down. This horse always in the fray.
3-5, 3-5 with 2-4-9. Like
I'm going to take the blinkers off today. I'm going to give you
$12 wager.
7. Good luck here in race number 8.
Love it, love it. Let's get it home. Kurt likes the 7 too. Yep. Do we get to hear our great music coming up here in a second?
We should.
It's post time.
There we go.
Thusly Inspired leads the field in for the nightcap. Kentucky Jake, the co-favorite at 2-1 goes in.
Colin's got the 3-5-7-2-9. Neil's got the 3-5-10 try box.
Bennigan now steps up and in. Suit Me Up Charlie, the other co-favorite, at 2-1.
2-1.
Here comes Pino Bambino. No, I Won't Back Down.
No, I won't.
Goes right in. Thinking about drinking. Just 2 left to load. Picking riffs.
Good luck, David. 2-3-5-9 super effective box.
And now just waiting on Hot Cake to the outside. They're all set. They're at the post.
Here we go. Good luck, everyone.
Yeah, good luck.
And they're off. From the inside, Suit Me Up Charlie. Showing good early speed. But Bennigan, the same idea. They've locked horns back in third. That's going to be a Hot Cake. Thusly Inspired, hugging the rail in fourth. Then it's
sprint throughout the sprint.
Kentucky Jake, spotting him about
need
6
that
lengths.
4 to hold on at 25-1. Get that 3 going, Antonio.
Yep.
And think about drinking is a trailer. 23-2, the opening quarter. And the rail opens up and Thusly Inspired Hard driven.
Horrible.
Now grabs a lead as they hit the head of the lane. It's thusly inspired. Trying to follow suit, picking riffs. Fading back is Bennigan. Kentucky Jake coming with a belated rally, but thusly inspired. A 16th of a mile to go. It's drawing off to win by 5.
Wow.
Picking riffs, second best. Third's going to go to Bennigan.
My 4
Close
did
for
hang
fourth
on
and
for
fifth
third.
between Pino
Yeah.
Bambino
Top 2 right.
and Kentucky Jake.
Was it 3, 4th? Who was 4th? 3?
The 4 got third.
Oh, okay. And the 3 got 4th?
I think so. I think it was the 3 coming. But I mean, this is why I talk about Antonio, Sean. It's like, and he's in a 5.5 furlong.
The shorter. Yep, I know.
And he's so far back with that horse. It's like, what are
I
you
know.
doing?
He did the same move, but only exactly. Yeah, right, exactly.
And he might not have even got 4th. The 6 was on the inside, and it might have been the 6.
Yeah, I think he got 4th. I think he got up on the outside of him for 4th.
It was close.
The Stewart's opposed to number 2, thusly inspired. As your race winner, number 9, picking riffs in second. Third's going to go to number 4, Bennigan. A photograph has been
late
called
money on that
to
too.
determine the 4th place.
Yeah, late, really.
He went the opening quarter 23.
Well, even he said on the thing, he said the
47
teammates
and
the best
3.
trip of the
5
night.
furlongs, 1 minute and 1/5. Time for the 5.5 furlongs, 106 and 2. Results of the photo show number 3, Kentucky Jake, finish in 4th. Number 6, Pino Bambino, finish in 5th.
Good job, Malafat.
What's that?
Malafat finished even for the night. That's good. Yeah. Bobby D, nice job, bud. Way to finish that exactly. Good job. Good job to everybody tonight. And good luck this weekend. Tim, hope you have a wonderful trip with the family.
Thank you, my friend.
And how long are you going for the week, or is it?
Yeah, just a week.
Oh, nice. Very good. There you go. Wonderful. Wonderful.
So not too bad. I mean, we were close all night, finished down about 27.50 after 8 races.
Boy, that's not bad at all.
No, it was close, and we were really close to bringing home the big one. But
yeah, and thank you, David, for always joining us, my friend. Is that sometimes, David? Exactly. Sometimes we have those nights and just turn the page. We'll get a new one. But thank you as always for joining us, my friend. Groundhog, thank you. Malafat, got Paul. The sun's about to come up. You and the star, Neil. Thank you as always, Colin. Colin 357. That's probably what killed my 3 right there. Antonio has a valid excuse, Tim. Exactly. So thank you to everybody for joining us. Have a great weekend. And thank you as always. We'll see you soon. Malta, have a great night, bud. Everybody, be well.